Every stylish guy knows what takes an outfit from good to great is the attention to detail. And nothing completes a look like the right belt. You know what ruins a great outfit fast? A worn out belt that doesn't fit right. Most guys are still rocking belts with stretched out holes that either pinch your waist or sag and throw off the whole look. That's why I'm excited to partner with today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle. This family-run company has been around since 2009 and they've completely reimagined how belts should work. Instead of holes, Anson Belt uses a micro-adjustable track system with quarter-inch increments. That means you get the perfect fit every single time. And once you feel that kind of comfort and precision, you'll never want to wear a traditional belt again. The best part, you can mix and match every buckle with any strap. One box set gives you 9 different belt combos, so you'll get to maximize versatility with way less clutter in your closet. But this isn't just about style, it's about feeling more comfortable, more confident, and more put together every time you get dressed. Anson Belt moves with you, so whether you're sitting, standing, or on the go, you're always comfortable and always looking sharp. I've been wearing mine nonstop, and honestly, it's the best belt I've ever owned. Once you try it, you will see exactly what I mean. You won't go back. And here's why you can trust them. They're still proudly family-owned. They've earned over 40,000 5-star reviews, and every belt is backed by a lifetime guarantee on functionality. They stand behind every product they make, and once you try one, you'll understand why. And because Anson Belt and Buckle is sponsoring today's video, when you click the link in the description or scan this QR code to build a box set, you'll get 2 bonus pieces, a buckle and a strap completely free. That's 3 buckles and 3 straps, which you can mix and match into 9 unique belt combos all in one box. It's an exclusive deal you won't get anywhere else, so click the link, build your set, and upgrade your belt game today.
Good evening. Good evening to all. How's everybody doing? Let me go ahead and introduce the crew for the Wednesday show. We have Miss Pearl, Hink, Willie, Shanice, Viz, Real Dope, me, myself, Lapeef J. Welcome to the Wednesday show. What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
I'm good.
What y'all mad at that, man?
Hey, y'all.
Like your mammies and papas ain't teach y'all? When adults speak, y'all gotta speak back. Y'all just sit there. Anyhow, man, good to see you guys. Happy Wednesday. Almost there. Getting way through the 5-day week. Some of you guys may count 7, but I'm counting 5. What's going on, Brother Willie? How you doing, sir?
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, big dog.
I like to have what they had to say, dad game?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that, man. I like that. I see Dope always got the flash shit, man. That's probably some expensive exclusive stuff, man. Straight from Italy.
Dope will drop 700 on a hat. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing.
Man. Maybe one
You can't
day.
hear me, bro.
You gotta go back out and come back in, all right? Miss Shanice got the pearls on. And Miss Pearl always got the exotic shirts on, man. I don't think they sell those in the stores. It must be handmade, handcrafted, cut and sew. So you got your tailor just whipping it up in the back. Something like that.
I got a sewing machine. I can put it together myself.
Oh, you know how to sew?
Yeah, I took sewing when I was a freshman.
No, do patterns?
Yeah.
Like really good at patterns. I'm not talking about just some shit look like some kindergartner did. I'm talking about.
Come on now. You see how I put myself together. Think I play?
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
That's good to know. I'll put that down in the notes. About to have my assistant reach out to you. Anyhow, man, we got an excellent show ahead for you guys, man. NBA star player splits rent with his girlfriend. It's going to be a hot topic, man. I feel like we've been talking a little bit about athletes a lot, even though, well, maybe some of y'all might be in that status, but I'm not. But interesting what's been going on as far as with them in these conversations. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You catch us on the replay, hit the like button, and also make sure you subscribe as well. Shout out to all my truck drivers that tune in. Make sure you guys are safe on the roads. We got a super chat came in already. Boogie Reacts Entertainment, $20 a piece. Shout out to you and the panel. Would like to join the show one of these days. You can come on right now if you want to. Boogie, just let me know.
Can y'all hear me too, by the way?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
All right, bet.
Yeah. Yeah, you can reach out to me. I put my IG inside of the chat right now, and then you can reach out to me. If you want me to drop the link right now, I'll drop the link for you. You can pull up. I'd appreciate the super chat. Thank you, sir. Again, if you are watching, hit the like button. That's all I'm asking for you guys to do is hit the like button. And shout out to the sponsor, Anson Belt and Company. That link is in the description. Also pinned to the top of the chat. That's Anson Belt and Company. Amazing belts. Go ahead and get your husband one. Get your boyfriend. Get your side piece. Whatever he is to you. Gift him with a belt. What's going on, Hink?
Shit, right on. Ain't nothing happening, big brother. How about yourself?
I can't call it, man. I'm still living a dream from that win Sunday. So
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Enjoy the moment.
yeah, might as well. You know when the next game? What time it is? So was it 3:25 next week?
Yeah. 3:25, 4:25 Eastern. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I mean, the goddess said we have 70 people watching, 83 right now, and 27 likes. It's not adding up. All you have to do is hit the like button. Hit the like button. They are free. We're going to go ahead and get this show started, man. I'm going to run a couple clips, break it up. I know you guys have short attention spans. Some of y'all be zoning out. But once the video ends, y'all kind of amaze me because y'all were listening, but y'all be tuning out. Getting a little antsy. I think maybe after the 2-minute mark. Shanice.
Don't piss me off.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and run this clip, and let's get into it, y'all.
And the fact that, like, because of a man's vice of women, you can ruin everything you've built for your whole life if you're not careful. And that's kind of what I was speaking on. Like, I
messed it up. My bad.
Bro, I want to be able to, like, have self-control over, but I'm just saying the fact that, like, because of a man's vice of women, you can ruin everything you've built for your whole life if you're not careful. And that's kind of what I was speaking on. Like, I just want to have self-control. I want to be able to, like, have self-control over that desire. You feel me? But sometimes it'd be hard, bro, because it's too many baddies, bro.
Yeah. Nah, it seems like you got this shit figured out. You got a lot of money. So the money you've probably spent freely getting to know a woman is probably a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
The money I've spent to
the
what?
money you spent, just like going out, it could be just a regular night. It might be a lot. So what do you think is the most money you've ever spent on a woman before?
Bruh.
Keep it real.
Before my last girlfriend, I hadn't spent a penny on. Well, I used to have girls pay for me.
While you was in the NBA?
Nah, not when I was in the NBA. But I'm talking about
rich.
I'm talking about when I was in high school. I used to go to Chipotle and I would have her pull out her card. But that was when I was broke. Yeah. Since I've had money, I've only brought like girls on trips or like gave them experiences, but I never like was giving them money or like buying them expensive things until my last relationship. I got into a little relationship with a girl who's from a city that I'm not from.
What city was she from?
That's a little bit of the expectation. And it was cool, like, because at the end of the day, if you love someone, if you care about someone, it's a better feeling to take care of them than it is to, like, I'd rather buy her something, buy her a little bag or buy her this than buy myself something. That's a good feeling.
How long were you in a relationship for?
I was talking to her for probably like 1.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me an estimate. How much money did MPJ spend in that 1.5 years?
Nothing crazy. I mean, probably like, but then I end up like telling her I'll split her rent with her. You know what I'm saying? I end up buying her something.
Hold on.
Yeah, dog.
I know you're not worth $200 million and was splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend.
You talking about that I should pay for the whole thing?
Absolutely. Hold on. $200 million deal and you was splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah. Because if you around me, I want to know you're here for the right
taking
intention.
a fucking shot. Like, what are you talking about? The right decision. You worth $200 million. Her rent was probably $3,000, bro.
Okay, but
she
look,
killing herself to make half, and then she always with you.
But look,
how is she even making
willing?
that half?
Okay. First of all,
take a shot of your water, just so everybody knows.
Oh,
This is water.
Shot of my water, man.
Cheers.
Season coming up. Cheers, my brother.
Crazy.
So
I know you lying,
bruh.
So check this out.
You cheat, brother.
Check this out. Let me get into this.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's very hard when you have money, as you know, to tell a woman's intentions, right? So
Right.
I had never, people call it tricking. I had never spent money on it. I had never bought girl expensive gifts before this last girl. And it was cool to do. Like, I liked making sure she was fly. I liked making sure she had nice things.
Right.
But I still wanted to know that she was with me for like the right reasons. You know what I mean? Because every dude in this particular person's past had money. So I never wanted to feel like a girl was just with me because of what I have and what I could give her, which, you know, that's not a bad thing. If a woman says that her type needs to have money or she's only going to be attracted to do with money, I'm not saying that's wrong, because at the end of the day, a man is supposed to provide for a woman.
Right.
But
you was providing half the rent.
No, so watch this. I'm just saying.
She
So
just
my
had to be half your
mindset,
girlfriend.
my mindset was like, okay, I still want to know she's in this for the right reasons. So she's looking for a new apartment, and she's looking at these different apartments, you know, in her price range or whatever.
Right.
And I'm not gonna live with a girl until I'm married. I feel like if you move in with a girl and you're living with a girl, you're dang near married. So I never wanted to do that. So
you never lived with any of your
never
girlfriends?
lived with a girl. Nah, I'm not doing that till I'm married. So basically,
Yo,
she's looking around. she's looking around for her apartments, and she came across one, but it was way out of her price range. It was like double what she could afford. So I was like, you know, this is really nice. I want you to be able to stay here. I want to be able to pull up and stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you afford? And I'll split it. I'll pay the rest. So
right.
I ended up doing that, and I was like, yo, whatever happens, and I want the people's advice on this too, because I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna give. I am the people.
Basically, bruh, I said whatever happens in this relationship for the next year, I'm committed to paying this rent.
You're a year by year guy. You committed to the NBA year by year. You committed to your woman
because
year by year.
I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna be together. I don't
contract.
know if this is my wife. I don't know if it's not. So I'm like, okay, for this next year, I got you. Whatever happens, we could break up. I got you for this next year. I'll split rent with you.
You into it with the wrong mindset though.
I know, but bro, I don't know. I just didn't know. So then we end up breaking up 5-6 months into the rent, and basically that.
Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Where's oh, you know what?
I'm just saying the fact that, like, because of a.
What do you guys' thoughts? Miss Pearl was taking notes per usual, got a pencil. I see Shanice, we almost lost her, but he's saying that he made her split the rent, his girlfriend, not wife.
I love that.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that at all. I thought that was financially responsible. I like that he didn't live with the girl and doesn't want to unless he's married. I think he kind of slipped up with the whole, like, no matter what happens in this year, like, I'm still going to take care of rent. Oh, she seemed like she was a little teeter-tottering because, like, 5 or 6 months in, we know rent is not the issue. So why y'all break up? But I ain't a relationship expert. I just feel like maybe she wasn't intentional from the beginning. But I like him as a person. I think he's a smart guy. I think he's young, has a lot more learning, but I think he has his head on tight. I don't think he said anything wrong. If anything, I think the person that was interviewing him, like calling him cheap, saying like, oh, you worth $200 million. Like, why didn't you pay the rent? Like, it's not about how much money he has. Like I said, he was more just financially responsible and didn't necessarily want to take on that responsibility of a woman that he wasn't necessarily committed to, or just didn't want to pay her bills and be tricking off. So I like the interview. I didn't have anything bad to say about him.
All right, so that's interesting. Go ahead, Mont. I know you was trying to say something. I see you put something in the chat as well.
No, I love that. Like, Because it's not like this was a woman who he was responsible for. I know, me personally, depending on the situation, I can be in a relationship with somebody and I can treat you like a wife, right? Because I don't, for me personally, I don't, the wife, girlfriend, like it don't mean nothing to me. If I feel like I'm responsible for you, you're gonna know it. The piece of paper don't hold me accountable. I hold myself accountable. Like, so it's different. But he didn't know that girl that well. Hell no, he shouldn't have been paying her rent. I like the fact that he was like, you know what? I like you enough to be like, all right, you want this apartment, but you can't afford it. How about I just put the rest to it and we kind of, go like that. I think it was a really smart decision based on how much money he has. A guy with that much money can easily just be spending money on women. But I think it's a very smart decision. I'm actually glad to hear that. Yeah, like, just because you got money don't mean you need to spend it. Like, women still gotta, prove themselves to you and things like that. So, he obviously wasn't comfortable spending the money because they wasn't really there. They wasn't like locked in like that. So yeah, I love that she still pay her half or whatever.
All right, go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, y'all sound crazy. Ain't no way he should have been paying for this heifer, man. He shouldn't pay a fucking dime. If she can't afford to live in that place that she's picking out, she don't need to live there. I don't believe in moving in with no woman until we married either. But there's no way I'm going to pay. Financially, that makes no sense to me. One day you're here, the next day you're gone. Shout out to UGK. Man, this heifer wasn't going to last. You knew she wasn't. But yet you committed to paying half her goddamn rent for what? Why waste your money? That's a bad. All that money you spent could have invested in something else, something more profitable, something more worthwhile, something worth something. Man, look, she was going to be around regardless because as long as you got money, she's going to be around. She going to figure it out. She could have been in an efficiency apartment. She would have figured it out. Let her figure it out. Because now that lets me know where your head is, where your mind is. Can you manage your money? Can you pay your own bills? Can you take care of your business? If I'm marrying you, you're going to have access to my accounts. Can I trust you to do the right thing by them? But you going and bailing her out because you're paying for half. She's not showing you anything. What is she showing you? Half the time she could be responsible. Other half, well, she be getting her goddamn pink slip eviction notice on. You paying for half the rent. All of a sudden, she coming up short. And now you going to end up paying for about 2 or 3 months because she dry baggy, batted her goddamn eyes. You know what I'm saying? Flipped her hair a couple times and you fell for it. My man sound like he needs his father in his life. I don't know if he has one or if his dad is a man of integrity. He sound weak. He sounds soft. And then the dude interviewing him, he tried to shame his ass. Oh, man, you got a $200 million. You ought to be paying for that bullshit. That's how these motherfuckers be going broke. That's how these motherfuckers be getting scammed and conned. That's why their accountants is running them in because they not watching. They not paying attention. So hell no, you shouldn't have paid a goddamn dime for that effort. And see if she lasts a year or two before he put a ring on it. The only good thing I heard him say, I'm not moving in with. Okay, I get that, dog. You shouldn't. Live at your space, she live at hers until she can prove you worthy enough until you bless her last name. But if not, then let that heifer be where she is.
I don't think that's fair, Hank, to say he need a dad because he's a hundreds of millions. He got hundreds of millions.
What does that matter?
And he's splitting rent with a girlfriend. I don't think that.
What does that? What does that matter? Just because you're a millionaire, but you ain't got no integrity.
He
ain't got no value.
His dad is the head coach of Missouri basketball, the University of Missouri. He's the head coach of men's basketball. Yes, that's his father.
Hank, niggas
can. He need to go back to his goddamn daddy and have some goddamn one-on-one time. Because if he's sounding and talking like that, his daddy failed him.
Or his dad.
So that's a shame.
Hey, you got $200 million
different than what you believe.
No, dog. Listen to what I'm saying. His daddy should have told him, why are you paying for this woman's rent and she's not your wife? It'd be different if it was his wife. She wouldn't have a thing you have to worry about in the world. But she doesn't belong to him. And his daddy knows women gonna come and go. He knows this. He sounds like he's questioning everything. I need the audience's help on this. What you need? What did your daddy taught you? What did that one-on-one time in the basement? What did you learn? Was you not paying attention? Was you too busy trying to chase these fast-ass girls? Was you not locked in and focused? Did you not do no film work? What's going on? You can't see the past history of these other clowns taking L's, taking losses? You're going to fall in the same goddamn trap. You ain't learning shit.
I disagree.
I understand. I expect you to say this. You keep that cape on tight at night.
I'm just saying you can like it's. I'm not gonna say like you need a dad because you want to spend a little bit of money. Like that's like pennies to him. You know what I'm saying? So
Michael Porter Jr. signing a $200 million Supermax contract, paying a girl's rent, is like one of these regular niggas paying his girlfriend's Netflix subscription.
Yeah, we say that, but eventually that ball's gonna stop bouncing.
But we're not. We're talking about a potential. We're talking about a potential future state, current state. It's like him paying someone's Netflix account, and then he's going to sign another Supermax contract.
He's done after that. He's done. He's done after that. No, 3 years. He might not be. He may not be on Portland, but Denver by the end.
If he goes somewhere else, he's definitely going to get a Supermax.
No, he can't get a Supermax if he goes somewhere else. He can't get a Supermax.
Oh, I'm sorry. He'll still get $300 million. My bad. That's the point I was making. So in 2 contract years, he'll make $500 million. That man paying $4,000 of a girl's rent.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay a goddamn dime because she's my girl, not my wife.
So
like he said he didn't want to be a trick, but that's exactly what he is. He said he don't want to be a trick, but that's exactly what you are, dog. You tricking. Now, I know Wayne that told y'all it ain't tricking if you got it, but see, coming my time, that's bullshit. You a goddamn trick. But go ahead, Dope. Go save him. Go save him, my man. Go save him.
I'm just curious. If you was a $200 million man, right? What are you spending money on when it comes to women that you've been with for like y'all? She's technically your girlfriend. Y'all got a title, right? What are you spending money on?
Myself and my family and my wife. Now, if you say like I'm not married or whatever the case may be, I'm investing on whatever I want. I'm a hog about my money, dog. I don't play. I don't give it up to nobody. I don't give a damn how much money. There's a reason why you get money and you keep your money. It ain't going to her just frivolous spending it. Like I don't do that. I find other ways to try to make money because, like I said, eventually that game's going to end for him. It's going to end, and when it does, he's got to make sure he had some shit to fall back on. He don't want to have to be living in some old apartment when he had ample opportunities to have maybe a whole apartment complex if he wanted to buy one, and he could stay in one of them apartments if he wanted to. They probably not thinking like that. They probably not moving like that. I'm making sure whatever forever home I'm gonna have is paid off, and the only thing I'm worried about is paying the taxes on it. That's it.
You sound like you give Ramsey
the property check.
We got to stop calling dudes tricks because they spend money on women. It's not like he's spending money on the woman so he can fuck her and get with her. She with him because he's one of the most high-performing athletes in the NBA. Tricks spend money on women to buy them, to get their affections. She would be fucking with him if he wasn't spending the money on her because of who he is. So he's not tricking. He's just spending his money the way he sees fit. And it's real funny how women like to call man tricks when we spend money on them, but then don't want us calling them prostitutes. Like y'all use the terminology. So bitch, if I'm a trick, you a hoe. Like that's how that has to go.
No, I agree. You can call a woman a prostitute because most of them move and operate like prostitutes. I wouldn't argue on that shit. That's how they move and act. If they exchanging rent money for some ass, use a hoe.
Now the fact that they broke up and he's still on the hook paying the rent, that's where
he's a trick.
Well, I'm not calling him a trick. I just think it's a stupid ass idea because I'm not paying for you to suck somebody else's dick in the penthouse. Like that's wild to me. So I got to come out of pocket $4,000 a month so you can get your back blown out in a penthouse you couldn't afford by somebody else. That's where I have an issue. Like when we break up, you lose all access to everything that I was giving you or that I provided for you. So once we decide it's over, bitch, it's over.
But Willie, to that point though, wouldn't that then make him a trick?
No.
God
He's
damn.
not paying. Tricks spend money to buy. They buy pussy. He's not buying pussy.
No, that makes him even worse though, Willie. He paying for another man to knock her down in his apartment.
He's keeping his word because he told her that before. No
Fuck
matter
my
what
word,
happens,
man. She don't belong to me no more. I don't have to keep anything if I don't belong to me.
So listen, that's the difference. One thing I know: if I give somebody my word on something, I'm doing it. That's some shit that my pops told me because my name is my name. Bro said.
So would you? Would you keep my fault? Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut you. No matter what happens to us, I'm gonna pay this rent. I'm gonna pay half this rent for a year. They didn't make it to like month 4 or 5. He knew that shit going in. Now, would I personally do that? Fuck no. Bitch, you on a month-to-month basis with me.
Hold on now, Will. Oh, God damn. Now you talking out both sides of your neck.
No, I'm explaining for him and saying what I would do personally. I'm worth $200 million. I'm not agreeing to pay for shit for a year. You are on a month by month. On the first of that month, you're saying you got to renew that lease. So no, I wouldn't do it. But I don't think that he's a trick because he did. He's a nigga with money, spending the money the way he wants to. I don't think that makes him a trick. What makes him a trick is if he was like, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna pay your rent so I can hit that pussy 2 or 3 times a week when I want to," and then you know what I'm saying, and that she just on payroll for she's leased vagina at that point. That would make him a trick to me. But just spending money on a girl that don't make you a trick.
That's what he's doing. Did you not hear him say so I could stay here? He said it. So what do you think he mean when he said stay there? It means I'm coming over and knocking you down, taking the shower, and getting the fuck on. That's what that means.
Yeah, because when he's in town,
I got a question for you. If you
What's up, man?
Have you ever had a girlfriend, or you just kind of went straight to wife, or you skipped girlfriend? Have you ever had girlfriends?
No, I had girlfriends. Yes.
Okay. Now, when you have girlfriends, what are their responsibilities?
Most of them was opportunities, but you know, I know what you mean.
If you had a girlfriend and you're his age, how old is he? 30?
No, he's like 26, maybe. He's in his mid-20s. Yeah.
Okay. What would her responsibilities be in terms of you? Like, would your girlfriend have to listen to you?
If she want to stay around, she will.
She gonna. It's not negotiable,
Look,
right?
You have to prove certain things to me in order to be with me and around me and up under me. You have to.
Yeah. But
let me tell you what I'm not. But let me tell you, I wouldn't keep her stringing along about marriage. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Like, so if you had a girlfriend, a woman who has a title with you, she you the leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna tell her to do nothing crazy, but like, yo, you know, we're not about to be arguing about shit. You're gonna do what I tell you to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to some degree, if a woman is going to concede and give up her autonomy to do what you tell her to do, don't you think you owe her something? Not say that you got to pay her rent, right? You don't got to pay your girlfriend rent, but don't you think that you owe her something for that in exchange?
You know what I'm giving her? I'm giving her me as a person, my leadership, my provision, my wisdom, my skill set, my experience. She's getting all of that.
Okay, awesome. So if you knew that a girl was 27 years old, right? She's in a serious relationship with a guy, they boyfriend, girlfriend, and she asks you as her uncle or something like that for money. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? You got a boyfriend? Don't you got a man? He fucking you, right? You can't ask him for no money. You asking me for money? What would you say in that situation?
If I had a niece and she's asking me for money and then want to ask her boyfriend,
no,
I'm okay with that.
You for money, but you know she got another 28-year-old man who's making good money.
They not living together. They not shacking up or nothing like that, right?
But he fucking her. He fucking her. She going to his good Thanksgiving with his
they
family.
Both getting something out of it. She getting dick. He getting pussy. They both getting something out of it. Don't make it sound like it's one-sided. So no, I don't give a shit. If she asks me, I'm gonna help her out. But then I'm gonna look at her budget. I'm saying we need to get a budget. Why are you always asking me for money all the time? What's the deal? Are you working? Time hard? What's going on? Now I would also have a conversation with this young man. I'm like, what's your plan for my niece? Are y'all gonna get married? Or y'all just gonna keep playing goddamn house? What are we doing here?
I'm not giving no woman who's fucking another man. I'm not. If you fucking somebody, are you fucking another nigga? I'm not giving you money for anything. That includes my daughter. if my daughter has a man, why are you coming to me for anything? Because once I gotta finance something in that house, you gotta kick that nigga out.
Oh, but Will, hold on. You said you're gonna continue because you loyal and your word is good. You're gonna continue to pay that rent for that woman after you break up after 5 months. And then please believe it, the man gonna be dicking her down.
I didn't
You
say
said
anything
you're a man of your
that.
word.
I said I'm a man of my word. But then what I also said is
Okay.
I would never make that agreement with a woman, because with me, you month to month. I'd never in my life make no type of. I'm not gonna put you. If nothing else, you should know I don't play about my bread. And two, I'm damn sure not taking care of my exes. That's like that's almost like somebody saying I want alimony. Like, no disrespect, baby, but if you think I'm about to give you $5,000-$6,000 a month in alimony, do you know how much it costs to have you come up missing forever? So I got to spend $6,000 for a year. I mean, a month for that's $72,000 in a year. I can have you permanently removed from the face of the earth for less. Why would I pay you $6,000 a month? So knowing that I look at it that way, Hank, I would never make this agreement. Once you lose access to me, we're not in a relationship no more. You lose all my covering, protection, finances, the leadership, all that shit you're talking about. I don't have that mindset. But if I give you my word on something, I'm definitely going to make sure I stick to that. Like I gave my ex-wife my word that if you think that I'm going to pay you alimony, you got me fucked up. And here's why. I'm not paying alimony. She's still here.
So do y'all understand? This is the reason why these women are acting and moving the way they are. They look at the men like pocketbooks and purses and ATMs, because we keep saying this and doing this. It's not tricking. So now they take it on that mindset that we push and kept on doing it like real dope. No, shit. What's wrong with you, bro? You can't get this for me? Why you broke? No, heifer, you don't deserve it. You got to earn these blessings. But you got dudes like Will and Will Doe said, no, it ain't tricking. It ain't tricking at all. I'll take care of it.
Whoa. I said it ain't tricking. I ain't say I'll take care of it. Like, no, I just don't think it's tricking.
I got you. It's all good, big brother. We're real dope. It's all good. I'm just giving y'all a hard time, but I ain't tricking. Fuck that shit.
What's crazy, if a woman calls somebody broke, if a woman ever called me broke because I wouldn't pay for something for her, I'm just gonna point out, bitch, you don't want to need me to pay for it. That's the first thing out my mouth, but I'm the broke one. Like that. And then if a guy then said, okay, I'm gonna pay for it because the girl called him broke, then I would say he's a trick. But actually, he's just a dumbass. I wouldn't even call him a trick. Like, you can't, you let that lady reverse psychology into you saying the paying for some shit. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
So wait,
I
hold
think
on.
for me,
it's a statistic. Well, if you look it up, most women don't even come from sex. So how's that an even deal?
That's not our problem.
Come from
intercourse, like specifically intercourse. That's why I think when most women, they get women and they don't know about them, it's like, okay, if I'm going to go into this relationship, stroking your ego, because most men don't even want to be told about their performance. Yeah, that's the reason why even the dads, like he said, uncles, dads, they're gonna say, what did you fucking them for? Like, what is your reason? And when you look it up, y'all can look this up. Google is free. I'm not saying that's my situation, but I'm thinking about that because when I saw that, I didn't believe it either. But when I saw the statistic, and then I do listen to my friends' stories, but I just thought it was my friend. But when you see the statistics, most women don't. So it's like, at that point, y'all always, for the most part, get y'all nut on. For the most part, women don't.
Question for you, right? When it comes to have you ever wanted to have sex with a man? Like, just like, yo, this guy's attractive, and let's go. You can be dating him, you cannot be dating him. Like, yo, I want to jump on top of him. You ever felt that way?
Yes, I promise you, I have.
Every time you felt that way, regardless of if you came or not, you got what you wanted.
Okay, so listen, check this out. No, that's not true. So I had this one guy that I just always wanted to, and I finally did, right? Because I just wanted to just test the waters, try something new, right? It was so horrible. I would never do that again. Usually my route, I like to get to know people. I date people for their personality. But at some point in my life, I'm like, okay, my friends casually dating. Let me try that. Maybe I'm taking people too serious. I'm getting my feelings hurt and I'm becoming a mean person. Like, let me just get to go, into the dating world. So I talked to this guy. It was just bad.
It was bad. I was disappointed, and I would never do it again in my life. I would never.
It takes two people to have bad sex.
That's how bad it was.
I was about to say you.
No, he
had
enjoyed it. He was
experience.
bragging the entire time afterwards, and I was trying. Trust me. It's just.
What made it bad?
I can't explain it. I don't want to go into details just in case he's in here, but he was kind of like a big guy, so he wasn't like conscious of his weight. When I was on top, things was cool.
Goddamn.
Was cool. But when I was on top, things was cool.
About this rent.
But he told me, well, he didn't tell me this, but in conversation, he basically said, like, at least I lasted longer. But I could tell that he was purposely having sex with limp dick so he could last longer. I would rather the 2 minutes of hard dick than the 10 minutes of limp dick.
God, where do we go?
Yeah, so how do we get here off nigga?
No, I would never do that because people was like it was an even exchange between a niece and a man. And even though they might be in an even exchange for her, most women do not feel like sex is an even exchange for them. So that's the reason why they think do that.
Pussy is worth more than man's dick. Women think that sex is a value loaded exchange in their favor. If you go to a car dealership and buy a car from the motherfuckers and they sell you the car you want, but then you get home and realize you don't like the car, you didn't get robbed, you didn't get swindled. You got what the fuck you wanted. Like y'all swear, and then all of y'all swear y'all pussy is great, and the majority of the time it is not. Like niggas just don't tell you because we can bust a nut in a wet paper bag. So if we can listen, it's always mind-boggling to me.
But y'all get y'all nut, regardless if the pussy whack or not. That's the thing. If your dick is fat, we don't get no nut.
Like God meant for y'all to bust nuts, he'd have made that a requisite for having children. So again,
hey, rent's due next month now.
That's your fault.
What you saying?
But again, y'all always rent's due on Monday. Nigga in these situations, that's the problem. And at the end of the day,
I just try to put myself in other
people's as many of y'all had the same conversation. The common denominator is y'all.
And I was like
you don't see niggas talking about they not busting nuts, but women all swear y'all not. So who's the common denominator in the issues, the women or the men?
You think just because you busting nut, I busting nut?
I didn't say nothing even will make you think that. Like nothing I've said even remotely.
No, that last statement, because you was just like, so you telling me we busting nuts and women just out here?
No, that's not what I said either. Like I didn't say shit to sound like that.
Hey, can we get back to the rent? Can we get back to the rent?
Can we get back? I'm telling you, that's why they want the rent.
Rent's
probably wouldn't even be worried about his money.
That's why y'all put dollar signs in y'all pussies and then get mad when we treat y'all.
Not me. Well, I don't know.
You the one brought it up, so I'm just thinking you speak for them.
Because I told you about a statistic I read.
Yes. And now you've highlighted the fact that y'all put dollar signs on y'all pussy.
Y'all asked the question. I put myself in their shoes. If most women are not coming, and
Nick made a statement that you responded to. Didn't nobody ask you nothing?
Hank said. So if y'all are coming, we can save our money.
Yeah, Hank made a statement. You said who?
So, if y'all coming, we can save the money.
That's how I feel when I talk to my friends and they go into a situation without making things clear and the boundaries clear, and then they end up fucking one night and then they want to be entitled. In my opinion, if you came to, how are you entitled? Y'all got an equal exchange. There was nothing set ahead of time for you to, you feel me, be setting those boundaries. He didn't have a conversation with you. He didn't do none of that. But then, like I said, when other women be like, okay, this, that, and now he's becoming entitled to pussy because he fucked her already, you feel me, and he like her. To her, she's like, okay, yeah, I like you, but the sex ain't all that. So, like, I've heard women say that. Now, me personally, I don't feel like that. Me personally, if we're fucking, your dick is good, my pussy, and first off, let me just say this: if I'm not fucking, if it's not good, or we don't have an emotional connection.
Yeah, we're gonna stay here, ain't we? We're gonna stay here to the end.
If it's something we can exchange, I don't feel like you're required to do anything. I feel like that is something that we would have to sit down and talk about. I feel like you're required to do something when you tell me you're gonna do it. When we make that, when we have that conversation. That's how
Die. You know, it's not lady. It's not lady. It's not ladylike to have this type of conversation.
Nothing.
It's not ladylike. Don't do this, man. Don't do this to yourself. You're better than that, man.
Hank, I'm grown.
You're better than that, man.
I didn't say nothing out of pocket. I don't feel like I said anything unladylike. I shared.
You right, man. You right. You right.
Like
you right, man.
He old school, Doc.
Hey, you gonna play some more?
I understand that. I understand. But go back to the topic. Y'all steadily asking me questions. I've been shut up. Y'all ask me questions. I'm answering them.
I got something to say back to the. I do got something
No,
to say.
bro,
like,
let that shit
Get
die.
back to the topic.
Hold on, I'm gonna play some more.
No, no,
baby.
back to the topic. Yeah, I got something to say on the topic.
Like damn.
Now where I'm like, do I keep helping her out, or is it cooked? Because she's not my girlfriend anymore, but I gave her my word. But at the end of the day, it's
What
like,
did how did the relationship end?
Because of me.
Yes.
If it was because of her, but because it was because of me.
What did you do? Accountability moment, brother to brother. What did you do that fucked this shit up? Halfway into the year, paying her
She
rent?
probably gonna be hearing this too, huh?
Absolutely.
She definitely gonna be
But share
hearing
your
this.
truth. Why did y'all break up?
Well, first of all, to any girl that I've ever hurt, I apologize.
That's a terrible apology, but we can continue going.
Oh,
this part of the reason he's celibate right now. I want to hear this story, man.
Yeah, but it was because of me, bro. It was the same thing as well. Actually, we weren't technically boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. We broken up a few months
all
prior.
your stories. You never boyfriend and girlfriend when you decide that
We
not
wasn't
be shit,
boyfriend.
huh?
We wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, but I ended up, like it was because of me.
Okay.
Whatever y'all want to like,
What did
it
you
was
do?
definitely because of me.
Share your truth.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. It was definitely because of me, brother. But
Yo, hold on. I got to ask you a question real quick. You keep saying it's when we wasn't really together.
Yeah.
How many days is that to you? If you and your girl break up today, how many days until both of y'all are actually single?
I'm single tomorrow. Hopefully,
yeah, this guy is toxic.
hopefully it takes her at least a few weeks to a month. But I'm single tomorrow.
Single
bro.
tomorrow. For
I'm
her
in my
months.
head now. Now let me. There's a caveat to this because I don't want this to get clipped up. So if y'all do clip, put this part in there
What
too.
city was she from? Can you tell us?
Yeah, in a minute. But we ended things completely about, I want to say 2 months ago, month and a half ago, and I haven't done nothing since. Like when I'm talking about that, I'm really detoxing. I'm trying to figure out like myself. I haven't been with no girl since that situation ended.
You think she been with somebody else?
I don't know. Knowing her, probably not. But it ain't no telling, bro.
Are you like a stalking type of guy? Like, do you
Nah,
keep tabs
nah,
on
I
them?
ain't-
So you ain't check her Insta, like nothing.
You think like checking the gram is like stalking though?
Absolutely.
Like, for real?
Hell yeah. If you see her following 608 people.
Oh no.
And then the shit's 613. I'm going to see who's the next 5.
And you're going, but how are you going to see who it is?
Bro, God gonna tell me. When I'm scrolling, my eyes could scan the newest person
real?
that a girl's following. What?
Okay, see, I never been that type. Like, I'll go and see if she's posted anything on the gram, on her story, like, see what she's up to.
So you watch it from a fake page?
No, I watch from my real joint. If I'm not blocked, I'm going
So
from
when
my
you
real
block,
page.
how you find it when you block?
I got me a little burner, but
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
If I
Stop
can,
being too cool.
No.
bro.
But I will go look at her story and go look at her page from my real page. But if I'm blocked,
That's savage.
If I'm blocked, then I'll just go from a burner. Cause why would I care if she sees that I'm looking at her stuff from my real page? Like, we was just in a relationship. Of course, I'm not gonna act like I don't care. Like,
right.
So if she sees that I saw her story, like, people also will go through their whole story views to see if one person. I don't do none of that. Like, I don't do that for me, and I didn't even know girls did that until recently. Like, they really will know if you look at their story.
So now you gotta tell me what city she's from.
She's from the she's from
Somebody bring me a shot, please.
Nah, she from LA.
Oh yeah, so
that's why, like, that materialistic nature. Like, I just wanted to make sure she was, we were rocking for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those girls out there, they'll date a 65-year-old dude.
Oh yeah, they gonna get that shit paid regardless.
Money. Yeah, if he got money, they'll. So I just wanted to make sure it was.
Yeah. So have you paid your half of the rent? How does that work if you blocked on shit?
No, we were in a little bit of communication. She ended up hitting my phone asking for the bread.
Hell yeah, she gonna keep
which I don't blame her, because she went into that apartment not being able to afford it, and I gave her my word. So
why you just don't send her half for the rest of the year?
Because she need to act right month to month, nigga.
Oh, I've been waiting for you to wake up this interview. There you go.
Nah, I'm just saying. So,
what-
like, if I'm paying her, if I'm paying the remaining months, month to month,
yeah,
but
talk your shit now.
I see she's wilding, and like, bro, it's gonna be hard to continue that agreement. You feel me? That's gonna be tough because if you're out here wilding, get that next dude to pay that rent.
Okay,
you feel me?
Nah, I respect you move like a real street nigga out here. He said,
Nah,
you gotta act right. You gotta act right month to month. It's crazy.
Because look, like, because most dudes, if they broke up with the girl, even if they gave them their word, they wouldn't follow through with it. So I feel
But
like
you ain't giving your word though, because it's very circumstantial.
Yeah, it is circumstantial.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you ain't. I don't think you keeping your word. It's just like I'm gonna control you until this agreement is over.
Ain't no control.
What's your sign, brother? What's your birthday?
You believe in the zodiac signs?
Absolutely.
I'm a Cancer, bro.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. One of the comments that was on that post: never give a man too much power over you. Always be able to take care of yourself, ladies.
Stay single.
Paradise Paris said, if it works for them, it works for them. That's their relationship.
Yeah.
Another woman said, Marie's last one, why are we expecting husband actions from boyfriends though? It's nice that even did what he did. Real dope.
I think we gotta cut that out. Like they're like, oh, what expecting husband stuff from like, listen, because if we get to the point, at least for me, that I make you my girlfriend, because I can just fuck you if I wanted to fuck you. Like I don't have to like, if I make you my girlfriend, if I give you that title, you're not getting that overnight. If we do that, then we're locked in. It ain't no, you're not my boy, you're not my husband. I'm not about to cook. You going to cook? I'm hungry. Like, but also at the same time, I'm like, I'm not about to let you watch you struggle if that's the situation. Like, I'm gonna be giving you game. I'm gonna do everything that a husband do. Not everything, early on, but like it's gonna progress more and more over time. I'm gonna get more and more responsibility. But if I'm expecting certain things out of you, I know that you can expect certain things out of me. You're not about to be. I don't want my woman out here looking like she don't got no money. I don't want you looking like you need money. I don't want you, because that reflects on me. You're my woman. I got a title on you. Like you go to work and niggas know that you complain about your check. Like, damn, they take this much taxes out. Golly, I don't want you talking to your bosses about that type of shit or your coworkers. Like, you worried about money. I don't. That reflects bad on me when my woman is worried about money. Now, in terms of him making that deal with the girl, I wouldn't have made that deal with her. However, you got to be a man of your word. You made the deal. And the reason, and when niggas aren't men of their words, that's why we got these laws that are fucked up, because y'all can't hold yourselves accountable. So now the law got to hold you accountable. Oh, you was married. All right, we're going to fuck you over. We're going to take half of your stuff because we can't trust you. So we going to come in and we going to make sure that she good. Like, I don't know. Men got to hold themselves accountable. You shouldn't need a piece of paper. You shouldn't need a marriage document to hold you accountable to being a real nigga. If you was taking care of that girl for a long period of time, keep taking care of her. You made a deal with her that you can't afford this, but no, you go ahead and move in here. I'm going to pay the other half. I'm going to cover that. And if we break up within a year, I'm going to still cover for the year. Send that girl her lump sum. Send her the lump sum. And don't give a fuck. Listen, you got it. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care who you fucking is over. Like, the deal is a deal. I don't know.
I don't want to talk to the women.
God damn.
Go ahead, Hank. Go ahead.
No. I got nothing to say after that. That sounds crazy. Have at it, man.
Yeah. I want to talk to the women. Ladies, this is why it's so important for you to, in your single time, to make sure that you are good. Before you jump into any relationship, make sure you have your stuff together, because men think this way about us. Men think that they can just throw money around and flash money, and it's equivalent to our cooler cat. Make sure you have your own stuff. Now, for me, and this is just for me, I wouldn't ask a man to do nothing for me.
Oh,
I wouldn't ask you to do nothing for me. So when he said that she asked, that was already a red flag right then and there. Stay within your means. You ain't got to keep up with the Joneses or whatever. If a man's going to be with you, he's going to be with you. But don't have that, because once you allow men to do something like that for you, they're going to turn it around real quick. Real quick. No, baby, it's okay. I got my own. What we doing? Just be mindful. Don't give that man that much power. Now, if y'all get together and it's something serious, then let's talk about it. But to come out the gate saying this is my girlfriend and I'm gonna pay half because she asked, you giving him a certain type of power to treat you a certain type of way. And I just want to throw out, Hank said heifer 52 times already, and we only been here for an hour.
At this point, man, I just think a lot of women should just go ahead and just meet niggas and be like, listen, my pussy costs $1,500 a month. Are you willing to pay that or not? If he says yes, then y'all can have further conversation. Because the majority of y'all, not you ladies on the panel specifically, but the majority of y'all just sound like y'all hoes that are just too ashamed to be hoes because you don't want to be called hoes. Like, if your bills is $500 a month and nigga pay all your bills, you gonna walk around on your knees for him. It's a lot of niggas that's gonna go for that. And you just got to be willing to do it and then shut the fuck up afterwards. Like, you can't pretend like you a hoe, and then when you find somebody that can put you in the hoe's place and treat you like one, even though you're getting paid and compensated like a hoe, and he's getting what he wants from you because you're a said hoe, like, that's what you get. That's what you qualify for. Somebody in the chat just said, women got to get with the men they qualify for. A lot of y'all just qualify for niggas to treat y'all like hoes because how y'all present yourselves, like you for sale. So don't get mad when niggas with money try to buy you.
That's why it's important, ladies, to build your own bridge, okay? Build your own bridge. Whatever a man gives you, that's water under your bridge, okay? Don't let him add to your bridge. You build your own bridge and take your time, okay?
You can build whatever bridge you want to till you get with a nigga like Michael Porter Jr. because $200 million is a tsunami to that little bitty ass bridge you built.
Mm-hmm. So, be happy on your bridge, ladies. Don't matter how much your bridge is.
I agree there. You should definitely be happy with what you got. But let's be realistic. If every woman can get the exact rich nigga they want, that little bridge they got don't mean shit because y'all all want rich niggas. Y'all want this 8-9 figure just saying niggas. So when y'all finally get one like she got, it seems like a lot of women are just mad because they think they could have got more or they would have did better than what she got, which was splitting rent. Even though a lot of women complaining, y'all paying 100% of y'all rent by yourself right now with no nigga.
You can do all different types of colors with your bridge. You can paint the road with your bridge. It's your bridge. Take pride in your bridge. Okay, ladies?
When y'all turn 50, ladies, you gonna be begging to have somebody split that rent. You gonna be begging to have somebody split that rent and fix some shit in the house. Give you and have a warm body to live next to. What? I'm trying to tell you.
Jesus.
Where did that come from?
It's about to go left again, I see. God damn. Look, let me say this real fast before it goes all the way left. Because Real Dope already certified every man should be a goddamn trick. And most men can't be the trick that Real Dope is talking about. Most men can't do that. Most men can't pay a woman's rent or 50% of her rent and he's living somewhere else. They can't do that. They barely gonna pay rent if they move in together, let alone pay rent in 2 different spaces. They can't do that. Now, I don't know who that host is. He ain't shit. This motherfucker, if he's supposed to be his goddamn friend, he's the worst type of friend. He's a friend of me. You better watch out for him, Michael, because he tried to set you up the whole time. You didn't feel comfortable enough to share the shit, yet he kept poking and poking and poking. Now, like I said, he may not be a friend. He just may be a host trying to get some information. I understand that. But if he's supposed to be your friend, dog, you tell him, fuck you, and get up out of that goddamn studio and be done with him. Now, with the situation about this other stuff, dog, no, like I said, most men can't afford to pay nobody's rent like that, Real Dope. And you talk about paying for it and you don't give a damn about who she's fucking? Dude, that is crazy.
Come back from talking about a $200 million man to regular niggas. Like,
I don't give a shit how much. Dog, you talking about paying her rent and you no longer with her. She's getting new dick in her mouth, as Willie would like to say. And you okay with that?
So you gonna pull back, you gonna pull out on the deal.
Hell yeah. I'm not gonna be in the deal. So this wouldn't matter to me. I'm on the outside looking in, watching you be the fool and pay her goddamn rent while I'm coming over knocking her down. See, I'm gonna knock her down. Real dope. You need to run that money in, dog. Rent due on Tuesday. Get that money right.
You gotta be a
he signed the deal.
stupid if you gonna fuck a girl in
What
an
you gonna do? You
apartment.
make a deal. You made the deal already. Then y'all
They
break
do it
up.
all the
What you
time.
gonna
They call Pookies Will. They live like that.
Yeah.
Pookies live like that.
Pookies must be bulletproof too.
Up on me. Pull up. Ouch.
I had a Pookie in my Section 8 apartment house. He was living. I let him pass. I could have reported it. I could have ran her paperwork in, but I didn't because he was
if you report it, that fuck your money up too. So yeah, we definitely not gonna say
it would. You said what?
He wasn't living there too.
Yeah, Pookie was living there. He ain't supposed to. He's not on the paperwork.
He's not on the voucher. So if he's not only people that can be in that household, the people who end up on your voucher. So it's usually the woman and her kids. But what a lot of y'all tend to do is when it's y'all Section 8 women, y'all will go get a Section 8 spot and then move a nigga in and tell him your rent is $600-700. And then have that nigga paying that rent to you and you paying a $16-18 a month rent that Section 8 is charging you. It's a very common scam, or we'll just say a finesse that Section 8 women use. And as a landlord, I'm not gonna snitch on you because I don't want to fuck my money up. Because if I go tell on you, then they're gonna kick you out of my spot, and then I gotta wait another month, maybe. Well, it don't take long to fill out a Section 8 spot. I gotta wait a whole other month to get a new tenant, and in between that, I gotta go do all of them saying turnover shit, wash the carpets.
It depends on how they left it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it ain't no point.
The athlete, the basketball player, he wasn't living with the girl when he made that.
He was just there when he was in town. He an athlete. That man on the road 6 months out the year. So when he was in town, he was in town. Like,
so he wanted her close, and he knew she couldn't pay the rent, so he agreed.
We all know about that part. I just know that he knew she couldn't pay the rent, and he agreed to pay the rest.
Because he said when he went into the agreement, he knew he was paying something she couldn't afford.
Yeah, he said that.
So what he said was she was looking for a new apartment. She was looking at some things, and he was talking about, she's like, this out my budget. And he was like, listen, you want to stay here? You like this place? I'll split the difference with you. Just pay what you can pay, and I'll pay the other half. So he allowed her to get into a situation where she couldn't afford it without him. So he never should have did that in the first place, but he did. And then they break up. You gotta be a man of your word. Like he should have never done that. He should have never did that. I'm saying
because she knew she was dating a basketball player, an NBA player. So it's like the odds. I guess what he did must have been really bad. But if I told a guy, like, say he had a car, and I guess I was paying half his note, and I told him I'd pay it for a year, and we broke up, I would still pay it because obviously I made that agreement because it ain't tricking if I got it. So I agree with you. If he made that agreement,
there you go.
And then he also went into the agreement knowing for a fact that she could not pay that rent. I do feel like that he should keep his end of the bargain, especially since she didn't do anything. What did she do?
So you telling me if you got with a man and you're paying for half of his car and he breaks up with you and riding car with another female, you gonna still finish paying because you said that you was gonna pay for a year?
Yeah. If I still care about him, why am I mad that he's in the car with another female? That don't make no sense.
Because that's what females do.
That's what females do, but I dated mostly women. I already know what females do. I'm not like most females. Now, I can't admit most women would do that, but you asked me what I would do.
So you wouldn't date a man. You're talking about
you said who? No, I said I used to. I date men now. If I was dating a guy.
I'm so confused.
I thought I was very specific. If I was dating a guy and I agreed to pay half his car note for a year and we broke up, I'm still going to pay half his car note for a year. If I'm going to be mad about him, in a car with another woman, maybe I should never broke up with him.
For one, Shanice, the question is stupid, right? Because y'all are women. Look, y'all are women, and no man should ever trust you to take care of him because y'all are bad people. If you in a woman's car and she get mad at you, she's going to tell you to get out. She's gonna say, "Get out and walk."
No,
I
I
had a girl
agree,
tell me,
but I'm just saying, if I put myself in that position, it's a character thing. To me, it's not about man, it's not about a woman. If you said you're gonna do something, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You should do it. Now, would I ever pay a nigga's car note? No. But we're talking about the situation. We're not talking about my life experiences. We're talking about their life experiences. And we're putting ourselves in their shoes. So as a person of your word, of your character, make sure you're not agreeing to things that you don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, be careful what you agree to. You know what I'm saying? And I think people who are not people of their word, don't be careful about what they agree to, because they're okay with agreeing to things and pulling back when they feel like it.
At the end of the day, I know you're gonna say, like, I don't care what you think. Of course, I don't believe you because you're a woman, and when you get angry, you are a different human being. You are a different person, and you can't control it. It just is what it is. You're going to turn into somebody else. That's what y'all do. I think as a man, this is why you never move in with a woman under no circumstance, because she'll gonna kick you out one day. Whenever she feel like it, kick you out. Like, girls say stuff and then they apologize, like, "Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I just was, I'm sorry for saying that earlier." I don't apologize for anything because I don't say anything that I didn't mean. Now, I might say something I didn't want to say. Can I finish?
No, that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped. Go ahead,
I
brother.
might
My
say
bad.
something that I didn't want to have to tell you, but I'm never going to say something that I did not mean. Women say stuff that they don't mean when they're upset, and they'll end up apologizing to you because they just said something like, you're going to do things and say things that you don't mean because that's how y'all are for whatever reason. I don't know, but a man should never move in with a woman.
I
Never
can agree with that. I think that's part of our growth process. I've seen a lot of women, whether it was to their mother, their partner, their best friend. I do see us, reacting out of anger. And I think when we get older, emotions hit us differently. I've seen a lot of women go through it, especially like going from late 20s to early, 30s. But when you're a person of accountability, that's how you navigate those emotions, because you're never going to stop being a woman. Our hormones change 4 times a month. So we are going to act different. We are going to feel different. You know what I'm saying? So I can't give you that. I can see why that would be your experience. But like I said, most women
do the same thing too. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just talking about women. I can't say what men do, but I'm a woman.
Men do the same thing too. So we're not going to sit up here
y'all
and
choose
hang
the
the rope
bottom
over women.
level of
Men
the
do
men.
the same thing too. Men say stuff that they don't mean and be like, "Oh, baby, I didn't mean to do that." Actually, men will do damage and be like, "Baby, I didn't even mean to hit your car like that. Baby, I'm a pay for it. Baby, I just want to go. Baby, I was upset. Baby, you didn't answer the phone. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me."
Them the type of niggas you like.
Please stop playing
you like those type of
Trying to
men.
be cute today.
You like them type of men.
God damn. Got a lot of work ahead of you.
You don't know what I like. You don't know what I like.
You say
don't know what I like.
you be saying that you don't want. I'm never gonna ask a nigga for this. I'm never gonna ask. Yeah, you want the niggas that ask you for shit.
You don't know what I like.
All right.
Well, look here, man. Let me say this, because real dope, you talking out of side of your neck again. Now, what that last statement you was making made sense. I could agree with that. But y'all, you was the same guy that sit there and say, "Yeah, you should pay her rent," but you call these heifers evil. You call them the devil. But you want to pay for that devil's rent while she's fucking another man, and you say you don't care. Come on, brother.
No, they're bad people.
But you're gonna pay the rent to these bad people.
No, because even like the guy said on the podcast, he said, "I'm gonna do it month to month, because if she start acting out, I'm gonna stop." He don't even want to be a man of his word. He just told his true intentions at the end of the podcast. I'm doing this to have a hold on her, to make sure she's not gonna fuck other people, and if I continue to pay her rent, maybe she'll give me another chance.
Listen, like I said, I wouldn't tell no man to don't never trust a woman. Like, don't never trust a woman when she's mad. Like, even I'm about to get married, right? I'm about to get married. And you think I'm like, I would tell my girl right now. I would tell her right now, when you're upset, I do not trust you. You will not be the same person 10 years from now when we're trying to get a divorce. I'm not like one of them people that's like, "Oh, I live in this la la land where I think, oh, that's my woman is different." I'm not like that. My woman. No, when you are a woman. You are a woman, and that's why I'm the leader, because I don't do that. I'm consistent. I'm telling y'all, I don't need a piece of paper to hold me accountable. She know that. Her? No, she needed to sign a piece of paper to hold her accountable for when you mad. Because one day she's gonna be mad at the divorce and she gonna change. But it's cool because we're gonna have paper to make sure we accountable to what we agree to. It's that simple.
All right.
Go tell her. I want to hear you tell her that. I want to hear you tell her that.
For real, go tell her that.
Tell her come downstairs.
Yeah, I do
what?
not. I'm gonna marry you, but I don't trust
Let
you.
me
So
hear
I'm
you
gonna
tell her
get
that.
this piece of paper.
I think my
I
girl
marry you,
my-
but I don't trust you.
Do you see how?
I halfway trust you.
Hey.
I only trust you on your good days. I don't trust you on your bad days. Just your
Mon,
good days. That's cool.
Mon, I want you to
That's
see
cool.
how, like, do you see how you said in English what you said, and every word you use has a definition that everybody on the panel probably knows, right? You didn't use big words, and they still took what you said that you're gonna marry your girl, but you don't trust her. That's what they took from what you said.
Yeah, when in her bad times, he's not gonna trust
I'm
her.
not
He just
talking
said
to
that
you.
when she's mad,
Okay,
when her
Willie.
attitude. You feel
So,
me?
like, that's the thing, right? Do you see how easy how it's almost like it's intentional sometimes because the words you use, bro, you use third grade words. You didn't use nothing above a fourth grade reading level. And then from what you said, she took the fact that you gonna marry your girl but don't trust her. Like, do you saw it in real time? This is why we tell you to stop talking to some people sometimes. Like, not specifically her, but like you got to stop pushing back all the time because a lot of times, bro, women are intentionally going to misunderstand you because if they don't and they admit that you're right or what you say makes sense, it'll make whatever they believe internally go the fuck off like a firecracker. That's why we be telling you, bro, just let it go sometimes. Perfect example.
Yes.
Die, you shaking your head.
I know that's right. He fell for the okie doke. They get him every time. Dope, you be falling for the Y factor, don't you?
You
That
have
Y
to
factor
look.
killing
I've been
your
here
ass.
for a minute. Sorry, Hank. This is the place where they get it off their chest. You got to let them get it off their chest, baby girl. And you know, for me, if it don't apply, I let it fly, honey. And if it's true to some extent, I'm gonna shake my head and agree because I understand you tell me women like that. So shit, let them get it off his chest.
That's always tomorrow, real dope. You'll do better tomorrow.
So you think you different? You think like you the same person when you mad at a nigga? If he cheat on you, you won't be the same, like whatever.
I do feel like I get
Now we know they are,
like
man.
what you just said. I agree with that.
I
do
know
I
that.
change when I get different. I do agree with everything.
They move off
We're
emotions.
getting off the
They
topic.
make
But
piss
I feel
poor
like
bad decisions.
I was healthy. I
emotions.
mean, I was unhealthy with
and
it.
tell her
I
what
wasn't
you
trying to
just
come
said.
to
You are the
conclusions.
leader.
I wasn't
Go get your
productive with
woman.
my anger. I'm productive with my anger now.
Why you think I'm not a real nigga, Shanice? We
ain't gotta have no conversation no more. Show me. Go get your woman and tell, just like you told me to call my nigga on the phone, and it took me 2 seconds to call one of my niggas. Go get your woman. And you tell her exactly
She said one of
them.
God
women like
damn, but she should. Hey, Shanice, you showing your prostitution card right now, ain't you? One of them?
One of them.
God damn. That's some nasty work, ma'am.
That's some nasty work, Hank. Go tell him.
Damn.
Go bring her. Go bring her.
She know.
And you better not do it. Dope. You better not do it.
Pearl sitting back there eating her popcorn. She ain't trying to look.
Like when you tell your homies. That's like when you tell your homies you hit something and you like 15. They like call
You're not gonna do it.
Call her, ask her.
It's entertainment purposes. That's why.
Don't let somebody else ruin what you got, brother.
Purposes.
Can't nobody
Next topic.
I'm a real nigga.
All right. No, I'm just saying.
You guys haven't already hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Progress is a slow process.
Yeah. Shout out to the sponsor, Hanson Building Company. The link is pinned to the top of the channel as well as in the description. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic. So I ran across this story. Lil Vol actually posted this. So that father that was sentenced to 17 and a half years. You guys remember that? He attacked a caseworker that was questioning his child.
Oh, he choked the dude. He choked the white dude out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and run this video. Let's get into it.
Staffer met with his daughter about his case without him knowing. As soon as the meeting was coming to an end, Johnson attempted to strangle the employee. For minutes, he wouldn't let go, and the employee stops moving. He somehow survived, ultimately found by first responders in an altered state of consciousness.
He was a mother dead man.
While the defense argued Johnson was an upset parent acting out of emotion, prosecutors said the video and Johnson's own words.
He's still breathing. I ain't making my point.
The jury also found Johnson guilty of disorderly conduct and unlawful flight, and not guilty of aggravated assault. In response to the verdict, DCS issued a statement saying,
Man, did he? I was gonna say, did he give that man that? Then choke him out? That's what it looked like.
Two things.
God damn.
Two problems that I have with this. One, put that nigga and his mother under the jail. Like, that was the stupidest shit ever. And then two, if you're gonna choke somebody out, man, like, you gotta know what the fuck you're doing. You don't have to do all that to choke somebody out. Like, if he really wanted to kill Buddy, he could have did that while he was standing. And the fact that he ended up laying on, like, bro was just emotional, and he was plotting his revenge, and he wanted to get his lick back. Buddy was in his feminine when he did that. Like, that's not anything special. It's not anything. It's not anything like sensational. Like, bro should go to jail, and he gonna go in jail and be getting choked the fuck out, like, and bent over. Like, don't drop the soap, homie. I don't feel bad for him. Like, everything that happens to him, he deserves, because he did that dumbass shit and then recorded it like a fucking girl.
Willie, I know you used the word feminine, and I've seen you express that label to certain men when they do these outbursts. So, like, what is the limit? Is it ever okay for like men to be emotional? Can you paint the picture for the people that may not have an understanding of how you associate like feminine men?
I associate men acting off of emotion with feminine because what women do. If you look at most of these street niggas that act off emotion, they fight, they want to shoot and shit, it's acting off emotion because they were raised by women. So they are women in men's bodies based on how they were raised. Your father teaches you to move off of logic. He tells you to think about the shit before you do it. He advises against you acting out of emotion. So anytime I see a guy acting out of emotion, it's a feminine thing to me.
So it's not that he's expressing emotion; it's just how it's been expressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just the part you put it on, you putting shit online. Like, women do that. Like, that's a girl thing. Women like that. Y'all, they specialize in posting shit online. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Miss Pearl.
agree.
Let me get Miss Pearl in there. I know she ain't spoken in a while. Watching that clip, what came to mind?
I think you get everything that comes with putting his hands on somebody and almost killing them. I think it sends a message. If he didn't get to 17 and a half years, it would just send a message that whenever you don't agree with the caseworker or them doing their job or whatever, it just puts them in an unsafe environment. You know, people go off what they see online. Sort of like when you see a kid fighting a teacher. Now everybody want to kind of be the next kid that go viral for beating up their teacher. It just doesn't send a good message. I think he was stupid, reckless. Yeah, that was disappointing to watch. It was distasteful. It was ignorant. So again, he got 17 and a half years. Oh, well. I don't see anything wrong with it. Nothing.
Yeah. Like, I think that was a stupid move. And it just makes me think about people's minds. And this might have been on a larger scale, but even some of the like simpler things that have a heavy consequence, we see it happen every day. Like, people have lost their minds, like, literally, and they've been lost since birth. And I think somebody mentioned it. You just got to walk away sometimes, because you have to be able to recognize when somebody doesn't want to be better in this world, that they don't want to be better when it comes to like communication or just things that we deem to be logical and reasonable. These people are operating on a different cylinder. Like that was some crazy ass shit. You know, for you to actually take time to set this camera up, incriminate yourself, and then even when he was talking to the camera, that's like next level crazy right there. I don't even think there's no words to even describe that. And you can't be mad when you get 17 and a half years. I mean, he might have just been trying to make a statement, but you just ended your life. Like you no longer have no control over your life for at least 15 years.
This is when you play that lock 'em up sound. That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
Well, JR, the thing about it, it's federal time. He's a federal worker, caseworker. He's a federal worker. He's gonna get he done.
Man, if I was a white dude that got choked out,
He done.
I'll go mentor his daughter just to be petty. I'll go back and check on his daughter again and offer her all the resources and mentorship in the world. So now while you in jail, you know what I'm saying, trying to run from surprise butt sex, you got to get a picture of me every year on your daughter's birthday, celebrating and getting her and opening gifts on Christmas and shit. Like that.
I think it's interesting. It's interesting how everybody's saying like 17 years is too much, but like if you
I don't think
as a woman, right? Do y'all think 17 years is too much? Like, what's the difference between doing what he did?
It's who the victim is, bro. You know what the difference is. It's who the victim is. That's why they say it's too much.
Hold on. Let me expound. Right? You take somebody against their will, and you make them feel like they're about to die. Right? For I don't know how long he was whooping on this nigga, making him feel like he's about to die. He may not have penetrated him, but you took this man and you made him feel like he was about to die for probably 10 minutes straight against his will, right? Which is to me it's an equivalent. Like, all right, you might have like it's the equivalent, right? I don't know if it's worse than slipping something and somebody drink and they fall asleep or whatever, and you taking this man and he feel like, I don't know if y'all have ever been in a boxing ring and didn't know how to box, but you feel like you're about to die after 2 minutes, right? Or if you don't got the energy, it's you feel powerless whenever you especially if you wrestling somebody you don't know how to wrestle. He was getting choked by this man. Like I think it's the same thing. I don't think we can really say it's that much different. I understand the idea of it, the perception that we have, but it's really the same thing when you break it down.
Dog, real dope. It was premeditated. That camera says it's premeditated, and that's attempted murder on a federal employee. Dude, he getting everything. He deserved all 17 years he gonna get. That's crazy. Look, and it looked like he gave the man dap before he ran behind him and choked his ass. I could be wrong. I thought it looked like he. God, that is crazy.
And the cold part is, bro, like he cooked himself. He said that, "Oh, you still breathing? I guess I ain't make my point." Like you just told every jury that's gonna come behind you, like you meant to kill this nigga. Like he must have had the lawyer that Young Thug had, because he only got 17 years. Like
we gotta also, a lot of people don't understand like that. Just because somebody got so many variables, he might have a public defender. He might have said, "No, I'm taking it to trial. Fuck the deal." They might have offered him 5. We don't know what happened.
I wish he did it in Texas. He'd only have to do 7 to 8 years. That's how long people sit on death row in Texas. Like,
go ahead, Shanice. Like you're trying to get in there.
I just feel like this is an issue of men controlling their anger, regardless of what the situation is. Men need to just learn how to control their anger. There is authority in a man's voice alone, and I think he could have went about it in a different way. But I think Ms. Pearl said it the best. Social media has influenced a lot of people to do a whole lot of crazy things. And it's unfortunate because he's doing 17 years, but also his family is. So that's all I have to say.
You shouldn't did whatever happened to make DCFS have to come talk to your kid in the first place. Like, yeah.
I
And
agree.
all he
I
did
think
was interview
you
the
have
kid
to
without
learn how to
permission.
control their. Go ahead.
I was asking the question. All he did was interview the kid without permission.
No, he said when he spoke with his daughter, because I looked at other videos. When he spoke with his daughter, she said she was afraid. She felt uncomfortable. Basically, she was saying things as if the DCFS worker was a creep, basically, and that's how the dad took it. And when the dad was asking the DCFS worker why was he questioning her alone when it's supposed to be a woman if they're under a certain age, he kind of brushed it off, and I guess he got angry. I would too, but I wouldn't do that. But, yeah.
Well, as long as somebody else was in there with them, like maybe another
No,
witness,
it
but
wasn't
I don't know
nobody
if
else.
that was the
It
case.
was just the
Okay.
guy and the daughter. It was just the guy and the
Okay.
daughter. That's it.
Okay.
So to the dad, you made my daughter feel unsafe. She's never felt safe with any of her male teachers or any other people that was in the school. So why was she so uncomfortable with you? And I don't understand if that was the case or not, because I heard some other stuff too that when I heard why they was in DCFS, I was like, I don't know if I could even believe the dad,
Why was they in DCFS?
I can't remember why, so I'm not gonna speak. But it was something that had to do with him and the mom. I remember it was just something that made me second guess what he was saying. But you could look
And
it
so
up.
that's probably why she's scared to be alone with a man, because she see how her goddamn daddy act, and if that man's gonna go off on her like her daddy goes off on her mother, that's probably what it is.
Well, it's gonna be a
Man,
lot
that's
of niggas
crazy.
There's gonna be a lot of niggas questioning her by herself for the next 17 years, nigga.
God, Willie, don't do that, man. God damn.
Just saying.
That's crazy. That's some nasty work.
Bro, you did it to yourself, dog. Like,
If that was the case, if he would have handled it the right way, he would have had a case on his hands. He would have had a good case on his hands if it went the way that y'all saying. If he would have handled it the right way, he probably would have had a good case on his hands.
What do you mean when you say good case? What do you mean by that?
That means he would have been able to handle it the legal way. Because if that was the case, and I'm not sure about the full story, but if his daughter was in a room with another male and something happened, if he would have handled it the right way, you don't know how many other children felt that way. You don't know how much he would have saved other situations, and then he could have took him to court instead of doing it, the way going around.
That's crazy. I hate that that's the stigma that they put on us like that. That's first things first. That's crazy. But I guess what, a woman could be in there with a little boy and they feel like nothing's going to happen. But if a man was in there for a little girl, they just assume the worst. That's sad. That's some sad shit, man.
That's why I said if he would have
Men
handled it the
and
right
women
way,
feel like
it
that.
would have just showed light on the whole situation. You never know how many caseworkers do things that are illegal, but it would have shed light if the man. I didn't mind the man recording. It's his actions with it, because it's power in social media. It's power in social media. I think he should have handled it a different way though.
I do, to Hank's point, I don't necessarily agree. I do think it's a difference between men and women when it comes to like for example, like if I walked into a daycare and I'm dropping my daughter off and everybody who worked there is a man, is like, I'm like, I don't know, I'm leaving. Versus dropping my son off and everybody worked there as a woman. I'll be back when I get off of work. So I do think, it is a difference.
No, but do you see the stigma of what I'm talking about though, dog? That you even think like that. That's what I'm talking about. That you even think like that. That your mind goes straight left to that situation because of that. That's the sad part. So y'all can't, let me say this. Y'all can't be mad if there's no male teachers in these schools, because they got to deal with a lot of goddamn kids. And more than half of them are going to be girls. And if you try to have a one-on-one conversation with a little girl, guess what that little girl can do to you? Send your ass up the goddamn river by telling a lie. I know y'all don't think little Joanne doesn't lie. I know y'all think all y'all daughters are innocent, sweet, and they don't do nothing wrong. But them little heifers lie too, just like their goddamn mammies lie. And unfortunately, a male teacher would suffer because of it. I hate
But it's
that.
more.
But it
It's
is
So
more
what
you
it
telling
is.
me
cases
the
of the
stigma on
female
y'all is for no
teachers.
reason?
It's
You
more
feel like
cases
it's for
of the
no reason.
female
Y'all,
teachers.
there's men as a collective is not out there doing anything to make this stigma and make
No,
people
majority of us are not.
not just women, because it's not just women that feel like that. It's
Majority of
men
us
that
are
feel like that.
not doing
So
shit
you
like
really believe?
this.
Okay, well that's what you
Yes,
believe.
I do. Majority of us are not moving and operating like that. Now, if that's the case, if you think majority of us are doing like it, what is that saying about y'all? Because y'all marrying us, y'all
We're
fucking
saying
us,
the
and y'all
majority
giving
of
us
the people who
goddamn
commit
kids.
that crime is y'all. It's not the majority y'all, but when a crime is committed, who is it committed by? That's the problem. It's not the fact that
Wait, are we
it's
talking
most
about
men,
abuse?
but when it
Wait,
comes down to
wait,
this crime,
let
and he's not wrong for thinking
one
like
mic,
that. If
one
his
mic.
daughter came home and said, "I'm uncomfortable," he
Okay.
made me feel uncomfortable. He asked me these questions. I was with him by myself. It wasn't just the fact that she said he interviewed me by myself. It was everything that came behind it. But for you to be baffled that people will be worried about that when this is something that has been talked about, even the unreported cases. There are so many people that's coming out that have never made reports, and they're on podcasts telling you, I was afraid to say something because this motherfucker was going to call me a liar. It happens, Hank. And if you really want to do something about it, men like you who are not like that need to hold men accountable, because there's too many men out there trying and thinking they could get away with it. That's ridiculous that you would sit here and make it seem like, oh, it's just because it's not most of us, and just because it's not 70% of us, when it comes down to the crime, even though the crime is committed by mostly men, we're not going to worry about that. What?
Well, we can't say that
let me
men are
say
the
this.
number one. We can't say men are the number one abusers of children in America, because they're not. And we also can't say that the majority the majority of unreported instances also don't belong to women either. So
I'm telling you this because this is something I don't understand why
I'm citing statistics.
So
You
I
talking
have a
about what you
question.
think.
When you're in the house and little girls are getting dressed and things of that nature, there's no type of like conduct on the girls. You know what I'm saying? More than the boys, like how boys can walk around with no shirts. Are the girls allowed to run around with no pants and things of this nature?
Are grown men allowed to walk
Y'all
outside?
walk around y'all sons like this.
Like, what are we talking
Y'all
about?
walk around, you walk around with no bra on in front of your goddamn sons.
There's
with
a
them
reason
brass
why
booty
there's
shorts.
certain safety precautions against women than men. There's a reason. And y'all gonna sit here and act like it's not?
You know what the reason is? Because of the stigma that, just like Real Doe was talking about. Because he said if a man was in there with his daughter, he would walk the fuck out. But he could walk in a room and have his sons there and they be okay because of the stigma. They just assume that we all predators. We all move the same. We all think the same. And I'm gonna say it again. How does that make y'all look? If that's the case, I didn't interrupt you, ma'am. Can I get the same respect? What is that saying about you ladies, you women, you heifers who get there and marry them, who get there and deal with them, fuck on them, get your rent paid by these motherfuckers? What does that say about you? What does that say about you if you know your nasty ass uncle is out there touching girls, but y'all ain't reporting them, y'all not saying nothing, y'all allowing it to happen? You know what y'all say? Just don't go over there. Just stay away from them. No. How about you report his ass to the goddamn law and get him locked up? How about you get him some goddamn help? Y'all ain't doing that. Fucking let him be. Knowing your auntie was doing the same thing to her nephew. Don't go over there. Let her be. We need to stop this shit.
Lock his ass up.
The fact that the majority of abuse that happens to children that's perpetrated by men or men that the mother introduced to that child, I don't feel like that's where your argument falls flat. Besides everything Hank is saying. Y'all make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, that men don't. The majority of men are being
like
punished
your
for.
daughter to school and
Like,
your daughter
listen,
get
stop interrupting people when we talking. Like, we don't interrupt you. We let you say what you got to say. So if
hold on, one mic, y'all, one mic.
Again, if your daughter is assaulted by a man that you brought around, that's your fault. And seeing is that we can prove that that's what happens the majority of the time when kids are assaulted, it's not by strangers, it's by someone they know. And then when you extrapolate from there, you can find out that, okay, well, cool, it was a mom's boyfriend, it was a mom's uncle, it was a mom's friend. It's not the father that's doing these things, it's the men that you women are bringing around your children. So cool, he's saying, look at y'all, look at how y'all dress around your kids. You think that you tried to make a comparison saying that girls don't have a different expectation of them? Of course they do. The same reason I can go to the beach and take my shirt off and be topless and you can't, because your titties will be out and that's illegal. There is a different standard for men and women. And what he's talking about right now is the unfair standard where the majority of men have the stigma attached to us as if we're some predator just because a few men are.
So
that's all he's talking about.
So let me respond to that. I think it's funny that you sit there and said, well, it's the mother's fault that this, that. And this is the reason why the community is the way it is. This is the reason why most guys don't want to grow up a good guy with education and sense. Because guess what? A hood nigga gonna feel like that's his responsibility and he gonna take care of that shit. If that's my sister, I'm gonna hold that nigga accountable. I'm not gonna sit there and help there. It's not enough good men holding bad men accountable. Because when women try to do it, it's good men saying, bad men, you don't need to take accountability. Put it on the woman. There's literally a good man here. And I believe deep down in my heart that Willie is a good man. But for you to sit there and say this guy could have S8'd this girl, but women need to take accountability for putting her in the house versus guys need to take accountability for their family, because why is women more willing to do it? Why is they willing to fight more? Why are they willing to go to court? Why are they willing to do this? Not even just that. If she's in the house by herself and she's also, because I think y'all sit here and act like the fact that there wasn't a father in the household only affects the guy for a reason, but it affects the woman too. There are a lot of women out here growing up in single mother households as well. And sometimes that's part of the case. But for you to sit here and say that when a child gets SA'd, the mother needs to take accountability versus the guy that's doing it, and you're sitting here showing that much anger for the mother who has to sit there and help that child heal regardless of whatever the case happened, and whether it was about a DCFS worker, because in this case it was a DCFS worker that was accused of it that made the father go off. But instead of the person or company being held accountable, you're going to say blame the mother for not knowing better because she didn't have a father, but blame the mother, not blame the person that's doing it. So men think, oh, it's okay for me to go out here and do it because it's her fault for letting me do it. Basically.
If that's what you took from what I said, I have nothing further to add to the conversation.
Oh, okay, good.
But
again, you said the street dudes. Your people, upstanding people. Your example you gave was street dudes. I'm saying street dudes, you gonna have to go visit behind the goddamn glass because they can get sent up because they move.
No, because they're not afraid. Y'all scary. Y'all scary.
Let me
Y'all
speak.
afraid to address
I know, scary. No, it's not about being die. How about you?
Y'all scary.
So don't. This is what we're talking about.
Hold those men
moving off emotions. Talking off emotions. This is what you was talking about. She's moving and talking off emotions. She can't even let me finish. She can't even help me finish before she starts speaking because she's moving off emotion. Maybe it hits too close to home, and I understand. It happens like that. This life. But let me say this. You get these thug dudes, guess what that dude was? A thug dude. And guess how you're going to move and operate? Now his daughter is going to have to see her father behind glass for 17 and a half years because he made a dumb and senseless decision. These are bad moves that y'all want a flag for, a cake for, a cheer on. That's part of the problem. You'll call your brother. Why? Because a man didn't take you out to where you wanted to go and you was mad at him. And so now guess what? He coming over and now you want him to end him or fight him or whoop his ass because the man didn't do what you wanted him to do. That's crazy to me. And that's how you operate. That's why I say, these men, black men, they don't give a shit about us. Because if they did, they wouldn't put you in them goddamn situations. If they did, they wouldn't allow you to move and operate. If they did, they wouldn't call you, knowing you always be quick to go left. But yet they'll call you anyway to come whoop that man. For what reason? To set your ass up. And guess what? She'll be fucking and sucking his ass later on that goddamn night while your ass is in jail. Come thicker than blood. I mean that.
Who?
Hey, come thicker than blood is crazy.
It's a goddamn fact, Vince. Please
it
believe
is. It is though. No, I'm with you. That shit just sound crazy as hell.
Listen, to the point that I don't believe that all men or most men are like weird or creepy. But I do think that like the way I operate is I operate like if I do drop my daughter off at a daycare and it's only male workers, I operate like one or two of them niggas is weirdos. That's just how I move. So I'm not going to leave her. Now, in terms of me dropping my sons off at a daycare and all of them are women, I just you know, and I'm not. And when women are weird, they do get weird sometimes too. But I just don't. You know, it is a difference there to me. But I don't think that women should be looking at like the DCF worker for having an interview with his child when he's not there. I don't think that it should be assumed that he's gonna do some creepy shit, especially if it's not like a little baby or something like that. I don't know how old the girl is, but I don't know. But I understand what you're saying, Hank. But I do think that I don't think that you can just compare the men and women in terms of, you know, oh, you know, men can like, yeah, men like we have an extreme amount of power. And I do think that you know, people should be cautious around men because we strong as shit. We can like we like the strength discrepancy between men and women is ridiculous. So it is just a reality. So I do think women are less cautious around men than men are, and I think that's crazy. Like I'm cautious around men. Every time I meet a man, I'm you know, like I'm peeping everything. Women are going on a vacation with a nigga they just met. I think that's crazy. I think they should be cautious around, more cautious than they are. So,
Die, you gonna call him a no, Die? Are you gonna call him a pussy for that? You gonna call him soft for that? Because that's what you just said a minute ago.
I said it's soft to sit there and blame a mother for a man's abuse.
You was taking for the man.
I said you blamed a mother for a man's abuse.
I didn't blame any woman.
That you sit there and you get mad.
I didn't blame any woman.
If you get more mad at the mother than you get mad at the abuser, something is wrong. To me,
I didn't blame any woman. I never said that.
So there was no reason for you to respond to me because I wasn't talking.
Why are you saying you like I said that?
But you
didn't
just
say his
called me out
goddamn
when I
name.
wasn't responding to you.
Say
You
his
was
goddamn
responding to
name.
that statement I
Don't put my name on it.
Hank, she's not responding to me because I didn't say that either. She did the same thing she did to Real Dope. She just took some shit the way she wanted to take it. That's why I said I didn't have anything else to say. So
it's look. That's why I don't understand. Man, I don't understand this, man. And so you want us to go left. You like that brute string. You like that anger that until it's in a direction you don't want it to be. Oh, y'all can act a fool with somebody else, but if that man, that same Pookie you like and talking about, turns it on you, then it's a problem. Oh no! Don't get mad and scary now. You was okay when he was when approaching that man and challenged that man when he was looking at you or trying to shoot a shot or trying to buy you a drink. But now he changed his frustration, anger to you because you stepped out of goddamn line. You started over talking him and cursing him out and calling him a soft and a sissy. And now you don't want that brute strength to come out. You want that sensitivity, man. You want that Ralph Travis, and it's not coming out. Pookie bringing all that hard shit for your ass.
Hey, you set the tone for the conversation, and I matched it. Self-defense.
No, I didn't, ma'am.
Anybody that comes to me with a certain tone, I match it. You did. When I made a statement, you responded to my statement, and in there you said you heifers. You heifers. So yeah, I called you soft. You mad I called you soft? Get over it. We heifers over here. Remember that. Self-defense is common sense. So if you want that sweet women feminine side, don't address me and talk to me with that masculine energy. Address me like I'm a woman, and I want to address you like you a nigga.
I'm the head heifer up in here. So the head heifer.
Wait, that's how y'all gotta talk to him. Hold on. Like, you know.
Oh yeah, let me get Bo in there.
Real dope. They love Hink. They put their name in my mouth on a regular basis. They love some Hink. I don't give a shit what I say to these heifers. They gonna still love me. God damn it.
A couple of very important things. Number one, I don't like when people blame women for someone else's actions. There is absolutely no way that you know when you bring someone around your child what they are going to do to them when you are around them. Because if you all don't understand how abuse works, if you all don't understand how people get there, it is not something that you can see. Because if you could see it, then you would run. because it is a survival instinct that all of us have, that when we see danger, we run from danger. So the first action of abuse is not scary. They gain your trust. They get you comfortable. They get you used to them. They get you to rely on them. And then the scary stuff happens because they've confused, like, the cycle of abuse. And I understand, if you've never been through the cycle of abuse, you don't understand how it works. So it won't make any sense to you. But I want you all to stop saying that it is the person's fault that did not commit the abuse, because it is not their fault. Because a sane person can't understand an insane person. It just doesn't happen. You can't understand the mind of an insane person, the actions of an insane person, if you yourself are sane. It doesn't make any sense. Number two, if in fact men lead with provide and protect, meaning I'm big and strong, but you all also do not want to be called abusers or have people be afraid of you, you also cannot get mad when women like big, strong men, but they also do not want the abuse, that big, strong brute force to be used against them. We all do the same thing. You all want to be seen as big and strong, but you don't want us to be scared of you. We want to see you as big and strong, but we also don't want to be scared of you. That's the double standard. You can't do both. Biologically, we're different. I'm stronger than you. Yep, you are. And because of that strength, a lot of men abuse that strength. So you can't blame a woman for looking at men and being scared.
But y'all
so
pick
I
and
have a
choose when y'all want to
question.
be scared, which is I don't think y'all pick and choose when you want to be scared. So you can
Y'all
go
pick and choose when you want to be strong.
Hold on. You want to go and get it?
Y'all pick and choose when you want your strength to be seen as positive.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to finish my point. I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So y'all pick and choose who y'all want to get that pussy to, right? Now go out here and y'all, oh, this nigga cute. You know, let me oh, this nigga got money, right? You pick and choose when you want to be scared of a nigga versus like always being cautious. I'm always cautious around niggas. I'm always cautious. I'm always trying to see what niggas is on, and like because I'm a man. So I've been punched in the face before. I've had to punch people in the face before. I know what we capable of. But y'all act like y'all conveniently forget how strong we actually are. Y'all talk to niggas like they can't put their hands on you. Girls be up there arguing with niggas and shit like that. I prefer not to argue with niggas. I prefer to de-escalate because nothing good is going to happen from it. But women, y'all be talking like y'all big strong men. Y'all be arguing. Y'all be going back and forth and all that type of shit. I wouldn't do that if I was a woman, because I'm like, I'm gonna get my ass whooped because I'm not that strong. I don't even do it. I try not to do it as a man.
But what about the women that don't raise their voice at men? What about the women that don't scream and holler?
I love a woman who she see a man is getting loud or something like that, and she just be like,
yeah, because that woman is a lady and she has class. Only classless women argue with niggas in real life and do all that loud, ratchet, ghetto shit. But just to be super clear, when I pointed out that the majority of abusers are introduced by the mothers, that's not blaming the mothers. It's highlighting the fact that those are the women that gave that abuser access to their child. It's not blaming them for what the abuser did, but it is highlighting the fact that the majority of the time when a man is abusing a child, he was introduced to that child by the mother. That is all.
Right. No, I agree with that logic, right? But don't
if anybody took it any other way, it's because they wanted to, not because of what I said.
But what I'm saying is that logic.
It's hard to believe that women don't see the clear signs. It's hard to believe that women don't see the clear signs of when men are abusers.
How is it hard to believe that women don't see the signs when The women's results demonstrate on a day-to-day basis they suck at vetting men. Look at how many single mothers they are. Look at how many.
I don't think that I don't think that is necessarily that. I think that is the concept of some women are into bad boys, right? They're into that type of guy that's going to give that type of exciting vibe to them. In most cases, in my opinion, I think if a nigga is sketchy right off top, and if he got enough money, if he provide this, that, whatever, something that she's into, she gonna overlook whatever that sketchiness is. So and then they introduce them to the rest of their family. You can say that it's not true or whatever the case may be, but in most cases, with women that are put in that position, they acknowledge it themselves. So it's just it's one of those deals of, sure, we can't necessarily blame the woman, the mother, for putting the child in that position because this other person made this decision. But in most cases, in my opinion, from what I've seen, the red flags will be right there in their face, and they'll ignore it, and they'll still bring that man around their kids.
Do you
Unfortunately,
really
absolutely.
think? Women, hold on. Just give me 1 second, Shanice. Do you really think that these sketchy men are mostly the men that are doing this? Like I told you, if a woman sees it coming, if a woman actually sees it coming, I'll give you 8 times out of 10, that woman is going to run. You do not see it coming.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Let me tell you why I disagree with that. Here's my thing, and well, my brother just said I strongly agree with that, because if that was the case, we wouldn't have so many cases. Unfortunately, y'all know I love women, and I'm pro-woman, but unfortunately, in cases like these, women are so desperate to be loved that they don't even think of the protection of their own child. There is no way that you don't see certain signs. There is no way, unless that man is just a complete con artist. And even in that, he shouldn't be, especially if you have a small child, he shouldn't be nowhere near your child by themselves. I have a 13-year-old. I have dated. They have never seen my kid. If it goes, and I have been engaged, never been with my kid by themselves. It's just like.
But Shanice, remember when Hank said you can't judge our man, girl? You supposed to let him around. Why you putting that stigma on him, girl? Don't put that stigma on him, girl.
So now y'all lying on him. Y'all love to lie about him, don't you?
Don't do that.
They love to lie on him.
Man, it ain't what you do. It's how you do.
See, I'm having a
They just
problem.
they intentionally misunderstand what we say. So it's like when that happens, there's no point in having the discourse.
Well, hold on.
I'm just gonna let these heifers lie on me.
Can I finish my statement?
God damn.
Can I finish my statement, please?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So when we having this conversation, let's make sure we seek an understanding. So if somebody says something, then let's make sure that we are trying to see where they're coming from. I actually want to get through this conversation without it just becoming chaotic.
Yeah. I just want to finish my statement. Unfortunately, it's so many cases of this because bad judgment in women. Now, Bo, I do agree we should not blame women for for what a man does, but we should hold women to a certain accountability, because at the end of the day, it should have been more time, more research before you even introduce your child to this person. Even if longevity, I give you this, even if you with this person longevity for a long time, I'm sorry, for a lengthy amount of time, you still it should be some type of protection as a mother. You see what I'm saying? Nowadays, we got these women allowing men to whoop their kids, discipline their kids, and they got whole fathers. It's just certain things you still don't have. I love you, you my boo. You don't have that much access to my kid. I'm sorry.
So I don't disagree with you as a 45-year-old woman. as a 20-year-old woman, there's no way that I could have ever seen that. You have to understand the age range that this is happening. Now, I do understand that there are older women that are desperate for love that do that, right? So I completely agree with you. I don't disagree with you. But the cycle of abuse is so intricate. It has so many layers. It has so many steps to it that's sneaky. And if you don't understand it, if you've never seen it, it doesn't matter how old you are. Some of us are just going to fall into that because you can't vet your way through manipulation, and you can't vet your way through someone that is completely insane, a psychopath. Some of these men are psychopathic. And I'm not saying.
I'm gonna give you a little pushback. Because at first you started off saying as a 45-year-old woman, 20-something-year-old woman. Then
let him have it, Vic. Let him have it.
Off of age. So you just gave me two different. You give me
I didn't say we can't go off
of age. Is it age
or
is it not age? Because I'm a 34-year-old woman, and I had my daughter at 21 years old. Me and her father separated when I was 22, and I was dating, and she still ain't never met me because it's a protection that I
is
have.
You.
It's an instinct. But this is what I'm saying. First, you said it was age. That's how you started off. Now you in the middle. You saying it's not age.
I didn't say it's not age. I said it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is for the.
Wait, so
when I said something
when we were all in high school, when we were all in high school, so nobody saw a toxic relationship in high school that you experienced or one of your friends experienced.
Toxic is not. Oh my God.
Toxic is not what?
Do you understand that toxicity is much different than abuse? Do you understand what the cycle of abuse? Do you know what the cycle of abuse is?
So what's the difference between being toxic, a person being toxic and abusing?
Bo, I will tell you that the majority of victims of abuse don't know what the cycle of abuse is.
Exactly. That's how they get caught up in it. That's what I'm saying. And I understand exactly what the cycle of abuse looks like. I've avoided it successfully in my older age because I know what it looks like. Abused people don't know that they're being abused a lot of times.
So what does it look like?
The cycle of abuse looks like love bombing. It looks like it's always small things. It's usually they catch an attitude, they apologize, they might raise their voice a little bit. My bad. They might criticize you. They remove you from your people. They remove you from your support system little by little. It's always something critical. It's always something that they don't trust about someone around you. So much so that they have you doubting the people around you so that you don't trust them either. So once they rid you of your support system, your friends, your family, all of that, then they can get you alone. Then the real abuse starts. Then they holler a little more. Then they criticize you a little more because they have to break you. They have to break your self-esteem. They have to break you mentally because you're dependent on them. Financially, sometimes you're dependent on them. You can't go to work. You can't have your own money. You can't do the things that you used to do. You can't have hobbies. You're all alone.
Some of the first things that you explained, it sounded like a normal relationship.
No, it sounded like a woman. It sounded like a woman.
You ran face into the point. Face first into the point.
Right.
So it sounds like what women do. Women verbally abuse a man. Women would say some wild shit to a man. Go ahead, Chris.
You're saying a normal relationship is the cycle of abuse?
No, what she's saying is that the normal relationship can often mimic the patterns of the cycle of abuse, because the cycle of abuse is four things. You got the tension building phase, You got the incident, like the actual explosion, then you got the reconciliation, and you got a calm phase, and it's a cycle. So the tension building is when shit's building up before before the dudes go upside her head. The explosion is when he goes upside her head. The honeymoon is the baby, I'll never do it again. And the calm phase is him not doing it again for 2 or 3 months until she triggers his ass again, and then it starts over. That's right. And that's common. But the thing is, the majority of y'all didn't know what these 4 phases were. So, but we have really strong opinions about something that we're not familiar with, that we have no idea about, and that while we know we're talking about it, we don't have the discernment as men and women to just say, you know what, I don't know enough about this specifically to challenge anybody else's experiences or the points that they're making.
So the crazy thing is, all these explanations sound like what women do to men on a regular basis. They said love bombing, right? Love bombing, where y'all put us in the goddamn friend zone. Y'all make us think we're going to get there, but y'all just keep us in the friend. That's love bombing. It starts with that. Cool. Then it goes off with y'all verbal abuse. You know your mouth is a form of abuse. You know verbal abuse is a form of abuse. And that's what you do on a regular basis. You'll jump in a man's face, poke him, call him soft, sissy, punk, gay, your dick small, and all. You give all that shit. And then you step back, say, baby, I didn't mean all that. I really didn't mean all that. Yeah, you saw the same thing these goddamn heifers do on a regular basis. But they say majority of us men are abusers. Yeah, that sounds crazy to me. But they don't realize that snake in the goddamn mouth is a goddamn form of abuse. You can get over the physical abuse a lot faster than the mental abuse that a lot of women put on men. But y'all don't want to accept that or account for that. Y'all don't want to hold yourself accountable on that. Y'all say the wildest shit to a fucking man and then think it's okay.
The difference between abuse and with a man and abuse from a woman, from a man and from a woman, is that from a man, our abuse is skews 50-50 in the middle of being either, I'm saying, mental or physical, right? But with a woman, it's almost always verbal or mental. Like I think it's a 40-40-20 split between verbal, physical, and then whatever, right? So the difference is like, so for a man being abused by a woman, it would be like, you know, she asking for stuff and not getting her way, so she get an attitude. And then that's the tension phase. Then the explosion phase is now she don't went and suck somebody else's dick. So then coming back home is the honeymoon phase. Baby, I'd never suck somebody else's dick again. It's gonna be cool. And then the 4th phase, the calm phase, is when, okay, she ain't sucked another dick in 6-7 months. But then she asks you, hey, I want to go to Cabo with my girls, and you say no, and that starts that cycle over. That's what it looks like for coming from women and men. But the problem is, to like your point, that shit is normal for a lot of men. That is how a lot of relationships with men go. Women put them through all these shit tests and do all of these things to them. But because we're men, because we're going to take it, because we're not going to cry about it, because we're not going to press charges, because we don't also understand what the cycle of abuse looks like, it's okay and it's accepted. That's why when you were describing
I don't think it's that really. If you blame
the if you let me finish, I promise I'll listen whatever you got to say. But so the problem is that we are both literally saying that, okay, like women don't understand the cycle of abuse. You just prove that men don't understand the cycle of abuse. And the problem now is that when we do understand the cycles of abuse, it's easier for us to identify those. But y'all would have never known what these 4 phases were if I hadn't said nothing to you about it. And the only reason why I know is because I deal with this shit. So like this shit is not something that Bo is making up. It's not something that JR made up a month. This is like a legit psychology of abusers. And so and Bo, she may have had a issue where she dealt with that one psychopath, but that's not most women. Most women don't have the issue where they run into a psychopath. Most women have the issue where they run into niggas they didn't vet properly, where there were signs they could see. To Viz's point, the majority of women could have seen that these dudes did this if they did a background check. The majority of these mothers would have understand, like, well, damn, yeah, I could have seen that because he was controlling. He was like that with me. He was always looking at my friends, or he was always looking at my little cousins. I shouldn't be surprised he's looking at my daughter now. Those are things that a parent should catch. So everybody has a valid point, but let's just make sure that we're not like invalidating everybody else's experiences when we don't have the requisite knowledge or experience to do so.
So I experienced abuse. So I agree with the phases and things like that because I have experience. But I just want to put it out there if it's okay, because we do have people watching. If you are experiencing it, please go get help. You are worth it. You are valued. And if you need somebody to talk to or anything, there are different hotlines and stuff. Just reach out because I don't want to talk about it and somebody could be triggered or anything because it's a sensitive topic. And I just want to throw that out there. If you're looking for a sign, this is your sign to get help. That's all I want to say.
Do you guys? I think it's important to like, because half of the women, there's probably a lot of women who've been abused, but then there's a lot of women who just chose a guy who just didn't like them, and they're calling that man names like narcissistic and abuser and controlling. Like these are things that get thrown around by women who are just upset that you didn't like them and you just wanted to have sex with them, and and I think it's your job to essentially every time you hear that shit, like to like shoot that dumb shit down. Like stop using terms like narcissistic. Every fucking day I want to try and diagnose fucking random niggas. A guy don't like you. You saying, oh, he's doing this, he's trying to manipulate. The nigga never liked you. He never liked you like that. It's literally just that simple. So,
that goes back to my point. They would know that. And they'll still shoot their shot or still continue to pursue it. I think what I've noticed in this space, as far as with how people are dating now, is that no one is actually taking the time to get to know this person before they actually physically go meet them, actually physically become intimate with them. We're in that hookup. We're still in this hookup generation or era or whatever, where that's more popular and more cool, much rather than learning who this person is. Because if somebody has a anger issue, you at some point is going to figure that out just in conversation, just in what it is that you guys talk about. What is it that how does he react to X, Y, and Z? We're right now in this social media age of so many different perspectives that people can have on it. How passionate is this person about this topic that's now popular on social media? What's his perspective? Is he extreme? Is he neutral? Is he in the middle? Nobody cares about that. All they care about is the quick hookup, and then you bring them around your baby, your daughter, your son, whatever, and then you find out that you realize that the nigga is crazy. That's the asshole backwards way of doing it. So, in my opinion, as an adult, that does then fall on you, because you know that instead of going along with what the trend is, be a reasonable adult and take your time to get to know someone before you bring them around your children, before you give your body to them. These should be just basic values of life. But I feel like we ignore that and then play this role of where it's like, man, I didn't know. You did know. You ignored it. You looked over it. You just wanted a good fun time, whatever. And now you're in this position.
Look at
that. Go ahead, Jam. Go ahead, Jam.
I just wanted to kind of add this too, and I agree with you, Viz, that information will be valuable for some people. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, and I had to kind of learn this at an older age. And no matter how much sense it makes to me, there are some folks that just ain't got it for whatever reason. I don't understand it. And when I look back, I'm like, man, maybe I should have majored in psychology so I can try to understand a little bit how the mind works. But as I listen to these panels and hear different people and talk to folks, there are some people that are just naive. There are some people that are just missing something upstairs. Like that, the one, whatever it is, it's just not there. If you think about how many times you've coached someone or you've spoken to men, and no matter how much you speak to them, they just can't get right. They just will never know how to talk to women. They will never know how to vet. You will hope that they would get better, but sometimes, like, I don't know if you ever experienced trying to help someone when you feel like you've done all that you can do and you can't do no more. And they keep coming, but they don't even realize that they're not even being helped. Or you'll tell them something, they still go do the opposite. You know, we talk about like having discipline, like dope can give somebody some game on how to level up. They have it right in front of them and they cannot even follow the instructions. So when you look at this thing in its entirety, like, people are not going to grasp this. There's no solid information that's going to apply for every situation. So even if we had these comments, like, to me, I think the information is valuable so that you can store it in your database and you can apply when needed. You guys can tell me everything, how to do this, and then when I go right in front of that person, it may not play out like that. But knowing how to respond and what to do, like, that's where the value comes in at. So I'm not making an excuse. I just want to just add something to the conversation for us to think about how some folks just don't got it. I've literally talked to someone and I just be like, it's no point. It's no point, because they have to be ready. They have to be willing, and they just not. For some reason, they're stubborn. Something is not clicking. They just can't get with it. Go ahead.
But you just said it on the head. It's a choice. We all have the choice to make that.
I don't think that they looking at it as, I don't think they see it as a choice.
Yeah. Common sense ain't common no
Yeah,
more.
like they just
Right.
like,
No, I understand that common sense is common.
like they operating on a different frequency. And I can't explain it. You want to just hit them upside their head, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because they're not comprehending it. They're not understanding it. It's just not clicking. And you get frustrated trying to beat it to them because they just don't, like, they mind just don't want to turn it over into whatever gear it needs to be in order to function like the rest of us, or what we deem is to be logical. Like, there is no hope, and you just have to accept that you just can't align with them. If that's not the path that you want to be on, you just can't be. But I believe some people find themselves in a situation because they just never weren't qualified. They never had the tools.
Yeah, but the way that the human mind works is, again, you can change that by making that one choice a day at a time. Each day that you are intentional about trying to figure it out or getting out of that habit, because that's essentially what it is being content with that space that you're in. When I used to do personal training, one thing that I learned very early on with working with different clients is that the only way that you're going to lose this weight, the only way that you're going to put on this muscle, is if you figure out what your why is in doing that. If you don't have a why, you don't have a reason as to why you're doing this, where you're being intentional about it, then you're not gonna do it. That thing isn't gonna click and shift over. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired in order to make that decision and make that choice to do something different. And that of course looks different for every person. But the truth of the matter is that is you making the choice to either listen to this information that's being placed right in front of you. I'm sure all 9 of us on this panel, we have been told something at an early age that we either held on to or we dismissed it. And whatever that information was at that time that you heard it, if you used it or dismissed it, you then realize why that person told you that.
And I understand everything you're saying. I'm just saying that some people's chemicals are in balance. I mean, I personally know someone that their significant other, it's best if they take medication. I'm not saying it, but they are operating on a different frequency without it. Like, I don't understand it because I've never dealt with it, but if you're talking to logical people that can comprehend what you're saying, it makes perfect sense. Like your messaging is going to work for a lot of people. I'm just saying, don't be surprised when you have it might be a small percent. I don't have the data, the facts in front of me, that they're not going to get it. You just have to recognize that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying to stop preaching what you're saying, because if, again, I like to operate on this spectrum. Like I got the median and the pro side and the con side. The pro side is to preach what you're saying. But I think just having that knowledge, having it in your tool belt and your arsenal to understand that you may come across somebody like this and you're trying to figure out why it don't click, it may be something wrong with them.
So we just sit there and watch an example of choosing what a red flag was, right? What this dude did was a red flag. But some people will sit there and think, oh, that's manly, that's tough. That's the thing to do. Yeah, it's all good until that shit turns on you. I didn't see the red flags. Bullshit. You see how violent he was. You see how he acted and carried on in a way like that, instead of maybe, okay, you know how I can get this man back? If I really want to get him back, by causing him to lose his job and his freedom, that would hurt him more than me choking him out. That's a temporary thing. But I take his job, I take his career, and I ruin him. That's going to last him a lifetime. He may never get another job dealing with children. He may have to be a Walmart greeter or a stockroom clerk for Home Depot or something, because I'm going to ruin this man like that. But no, they thought, oh, that's sexy. That makes my kitty cat wet. That's why you're so foolish. That's why you start needing to listen to your goddamn daddy, like my man Real Dope said. They don't listen to anybody. Oh, I know what I want. You're right. You shouldn't be getting what you want. You should be getting what you need.
Hey, can we also? I want to take a second and highlight the fact too that we just can't forget that a lot of the abuse that women claim is abuse is just them losing a fucking fight that they probably started, or they insinuated. And I know it's a lot of those women in the comments that are trauma bonding right now because they think that, oh, they were beat by a man. Well, this is the problem. When you talk to a man like a man and then you challenge him like a man, he put his hands on you. What the fuck did you expect? Most men, a lot of men these days don't believe that they should never hit a woman, because if you hit me, I'm hitting your ass back. And I think more men should be that way. But a lot of these folks act like they were abused because a man put their hands on them. Like, for example, y'all swore Rihanna was a fucking abuse victim until you got the other side of the story. That white chick that Joe Mixon knocked out for hitting him, the shit that happened with Jonathan Majors. A lot of these abuse cases that y'all like to cite or identify with they're not women being abused. They're women losing fucking fights that they started and then trying to call it abuse because it was a man that they lost the fight to. And I would say that probably happens more often than a dude just deciding because he had a hard day at work and he's saying somebody at the construction site stepped on his toe, then him just going home and, you know what, I think I want to put Shanice's head between a washer and dryer. I don't think that happens very often as compared to the other side.
So I would say this, what Real Dope Daddy said, that's why we should listen to our fathers, but we got to understand these fathers are raising these boys too.
Yeah, no, that's
I have a question.
That's fair.
At the end of the day,
why do y'all think men?
Wait a minute. Let me get my statement across, please. So at the end of the day, I believe what JR said was very accurate. Some people are just common sense ain't coming no more. You can have the greatest upbringing, you can have the greatest parents. If your character, if you decide to be that person, that's just who you are. And we have to understand when people show you who they are, believe them. So I disagree when you say we should listen to our daddies, because our daddies raised these men too.
How does that make it so that you shouldn't be listening to your son? Can grow up and do whatever he want to do, but if you still listen to your dad, you're gonna be good, even if his son go up and want to be addicted.
What about the fathers that raised these men that are still abusive?
Those are few and far between.
Yeah, that's not like a all the time thing, right? There's always going to be good people and bad people. Again, I think that it boils down to I feel like I do agree that common sense isn't common, but I feel like when we say that, the more that we say that, the more power from that we take, the more power we take away from it. So, i.e., for example, I have seen numerous times on Facebook where this person's mugshot, some dude will be locked up, his mugshot will be posted with all the charges that he has, and there's women in the comments. How much is his bond? Oh, he fine. Oh, I can change him. And there's women all throughout the comments that's sharing it, and it's like, what are you thinking? Even with Ted Bundy was locked up for unaliving women, and women are sending him love cards
and money,
love notes. So it's at what point do we say, okay, common sense may not be common, but at this point, you're willingly making a choice to be attracted to something that you know is dangerous, which doesn't make sense.
We just can't protect those women. Let them women get what happened to them. If you want to date a nigga that went to jail for beating up 30 bitches and you should and think you're not gonna be the 31st, that's what you get.
Yeah, this is the perfect example of how it's important for women to love themselves before you even look for love.
Are we about to talk about the bridge?
Hell no.
Oh yes, my bridge. I love my bridge. It's very important for women to have that foundation because you never know. Some women grew up in abusive households. Some women grew up with perfect parents. Some I'm sorry, not perfect because no one's perfect, but decent parents. But it can still be a moment of low self-esteem and things like that. That's why it's important for you to build your bridge. Just love on yourself, and have this bridge, and everything else is water around the bridge.
I think you just need to have other people make your decisions for you. I think that's much easier. Like if you don't, if you are telling me that you've been making bad decisions, you can't see certain things, and I've been abused by this many people and all this type of stuff. Obviously, wouldn't it be smart to be like, yo, have somebody else be responsible for your decisions instead of you? It just makes like if I've made bad decisions, I would much rather somebody else be responsible for that shit than me. It just makes sense.
You know what else makes sense? That we watching Die eat some shit ass green beans and shit. This is some nasty work. God damn. Yeah, I'm glad we can't hear you.
Can you say one thing nice about a woman?
Yeah.
Damn.
I love my beautiful wife.
Hey y'all, I just want to say, don't get mad. I be agreeing with y'all, but I understand. I can put myself in you female shoes. So I understand because I put myself in both sides. But I be agreeing with y'all. Team man, you feel me? I love you, all you beautiful women. I've been listening to the conversation. Right now I'm playing 2K, so I'm not gonna get into this. I just want to tell y'all what's up. All y'all sound very intelligent, and it's nice to meet y'all. And I feel like this debate is needed because a lot of people as grown men and women cannot comprehend and understand or even have a debate without getting into it with each other. So this is kind of cool. And I'll be in the streets, so this kind of different. I don't want to comment too much.
Don't tell them nothing because this podcast, they might attack you for it, brother. Don't tell them.
Get out the streets, young man. Get out the streets.
He is.
I don't think too that this shouldn't be a team man versus team woman conversation. This is just a logical, rational thinker. Let's fix our community, our culture by stop making these retarded and destructive things the norm, and start actually speaking up against it and stop making it seem as if it's something that's cute, because that's really what the issue is. I think what Sexy Red or Glorilla, one of them said, if the nigga ain't in the streets, then he boring or something like this. And women went along with it. That's a part of our culture, and that's something that we need to stop embracing, and women need to speak up against, the same way that we as men trying to tell these young men to get out the streets and doing what they doing. But we can't do that if everyone is still embracing it and doing the same shit inside of it.
It's like you going against the grain. You understand what I'm saying?
He just want y'all to see that
if they.
You got to turn your head. He's still listening.
Oh, it's a good thing. Welcome, young blood. Right on. But unfortunately, a lot of people go against grain. Look, me dealing with kids as a coach. It doesn't help. I could tell the kids all this, but then it's not being reinforced by the parents at home. I'm working against myself because now I got to reinforce the same message every day, and I shouldn't have to. I should have it tell you maybe one time, maybe to the most twice, and it should sink in. You should get it, but that's not the case. You know why? Because mama at home's not reinforce it. Daddy at home not reinforce the message. He's not pouring into him. They not tell him, well, your coach said you should be doing this and you're not doing that. You should be doing. You're not getting the help. Same thing in relationships. Same thing when you're dealing with your daughters. Look, my daughter was hard-headed. She had to learn. She had to touch that hot goddamn stove before she got it. Now she won't listen to what daddy got to say. Well, why didn't you do it about 5 years ago before you got yourself in that financial bind? You didn't. You want to do what you want to. So I allow her to fall. Let me take this safety net from up under you. Fall, as long as it don't cost you your life or your freedom, you can make up. You'll be fine. But most people don't. They need to touch that hot stove. So let them touch it.
Y'all need to listen to us.
Wait, he said something.
I agree with that. Like my uncles, they gave me multiple warnings. Like this, what you try to tell your daughter, they told me stay from where I'm supposed to stay from. I still didn't listen, and now later on, now I'm trying to do right and get things together. I'm not gonna say I wasn't doing right, but I still was putting myself around people in the positions where they weren't trying to do better. So even me trying to do better or doing better, I'm still backtracking because I'm around others who can get me in trouble. I ain't gonna say too much on what's been happening, but I was in the car with some other people who crashed.
You're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, it is what it is, though. But like I say, if I would have just stayed away from certain places and certain areas where I was supposed to stay away from, but listen to my uncles and brothers who older than me and who got cribs and wives and cars and houses out the city, maybe it would have. Forget it. Maybe I know it probably would have been different. But now I gotta look back and be like, oh, I should have listened to them when I should, like you said, I should have listened to them the first.
You still gotta
50 times.
No,
I'm okay. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm saying I had to touch the stove to actually go through it because I wasn't listening. So I'm saying I'm comprehending and understanding what he said. Like it's not their fault. It's not always the parent or the mama's fault. It's like I was raised right. I even had you my teenage years. Like it's not that. It's just since I was alone so much when I was little. When I started getting older and I'm maturing into a man, I still be catching that feeling like, man, I still be thinking like, well, they weren't here to tell me before. I'm grown now, so why should I listen now? But at the same time, I'm just not no arrogant little boy who being like, oh, F what you saying. It's just I try to make my own decisions and try to take what another person tell me into considerations instead of just listening to a person who's been through it already. So I got
there's an old saying, my man. Let me share this with you one time and I'm done with this.
Yeah.
If you can't change the people around you, man, change the people around you.
Yo, I think it's real interesting how a young man who says that he's in the streets can take accountability and at least understand that, yo, this is my fault. Like I made my decisions and I'm responsible for my life. Whereas there's a lot of grown women who the whole time, like we're not saying you can grow, you can do what you want to do, but take responsibility for where you end up. Like that's what we talking about.
That's my brother. He learned from example.
Yeah, I don't think he learned from you. Maybe from somebody else, but that's okay.
Who you learn from, brother?
And look, I don't want to go back to jail. I'm cool.
Who you learn from, brother?
I learned a lot from you though. Like the accountability part, like I get frustrated all the time because she feel like different life lessons, but her favorite word is like accountability. So it kind of blows me sometimes because I be wanting her to understand where I'm coming from and from a man point of view. But like,
it ain't no excuse.
It's like me and her kind of the same. I feel strongly on my opinion. She feels strongly on her opinion. So I had to learn how to cope and try to think like her a little bit. Okay, I understand why you feel like this, but I feel like this because this. You know what I'm saying?
And now he's able to hold me accountable because now he's in a transition of holding me accountable.
But
and
accountability is very important. I feel like that's a big word on any aspect of life because, like I said, I could have just went to jail and be like, "Oh, it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault." But if I didn't put myself in that position, I wouldn't have had to go through nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Get you some mentors.
Right on.
Get you some mentors.
Right on,
and
young blood.
Get you some mentors, some guys around you, because your big sister can only take you but so far. She gonna do what she can, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, she can only take you but so far, and you're gonna need some OGs around you, some, you know,
that's why I
to
called
really
out
do
Daddy.
that thing.
That
Oh,
day,
yeah, for sure.
when you was mad at me for calling out Daddy, I'm like, I gotta call out Daddy for this one.
I'm 32, and I'm gonna be looking for mentors until I'm 80, till I'm 100. Like I'm always looking to learn from somebody, you know. So.
Yeah. You're never too old to listen or learn. For sure. But I'm gonna let y'all finish our podcast, man. I'm on this 2K. I just leveled up, you know, probably hop on the duty a little bit. Yeah, read me a book or something.
I told you need to be streaming while you're doing that. Make some money, hopefully.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and close this on out. It was an excellent dialogue, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. So make sure we support the people on the panel. All the folks that has fallen off thus far, I want to say thank you as well. We light them out a Thursday show. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Hit the like button on the way out.